in the effectiveness of the machines. The plan to install weapon detectors was introduced to beef up security and add another safety measure at the high schools. Earlier this year, the Green Bay School Board passed a measure requiring students to use clear backpacks. This was after a loaded gun was found inside a backpack at Preble High School. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
In a new ruling, the Supreme Court is blocking the White House's deployment of National Guard troops to Chicago. News Nation's Natasha Zuves reports.
In a 6-3 decision, it declined the administration's request to overturn a lower court ruling that blocked the deployment. The White House says the deployment is necessary to protect federal immigration officers and federal property from what it called violent rioters.
Legal battles involving the National Guard are also pending in other areas, including California, Oregon, and Washington, D.C. This comes as the Pentagon announced that about 350 National Guard troops would be deployed to New Orleans before the new year.
Back at home, Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley officially signing the 2026 service plan for the county transit system. An additional $5 million in funding from the county board has helped to save 6 bus routes that were originally going to be cut in 2026. Those routes will now operate only during peak hours, along with a reduced version of the same-day paratransit service. Also, starting next month, bus fares will increase to $2.75, their first increase in nearly 20 years.
Time now for news about your money. Here's a WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update, and we are looking good. How about that on this Christmas Eve afternoon? The Dow is up 288 points to 48,731. S&P 500 is up as well, up 22 points to 6,932. And the Nasdaq is up nearly 52 points to 23,613. We like that. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Sports, traffic, and weather on the way next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:04.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of 4. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street, and Griffin Ford Waukesha. The $1 deal at Griffin. Make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
Don't wait too long to finish your shopping. Wrap it all up at Fleet Farm now. This week only, holiday snack trays are 25% off. For your furry friends, buy one, get one 50% off all Kong treats and toys. Pop into Toyland for 40% off select toys for the kids. Plus, don't miss Milwaukee Deal Days, happening right now at Fleet Farm, the home of last-minute gifting for everyone on your list. And for even more ideas, check out our gift guides at fleetfarm.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Packers continue gearing up for their Saturday night game at Lambeau against the Baltimore Ravens. Team expected to take practice in just a matter of moments. It will be open for viewing, so you could get a view on what quarterback Jordan Love is doing as he continues through the concussion protocol. Head coach Matt LaFleur on the challenges Green Bay faces come Saturday night.
They've got multiple weapons when you talk about Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers. The tight end, both tight ends are dynamic players, so I think their offensive line is one of the better ones in the league.
Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson also with an uncertain path to playing this weekend as he deals with a back injury. Saturday's game, a 7 p.m. kick in Green Bay. How about it? Your Milwaukee Bucks victorious on the road. Only their fourth road win of the season. They beat the Pacers Tuesday night, 111-94. Next up, the Memphis Grizzlies. Friday, we'll have tip-off at 7 right here on your home of the Bucks, WTMJ. And some hockey for you this weekend. The Admirals heading off to Grand Rapids. They'll take on the Griffins. Puck drops at 6 Saturday evening.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We do have an issue. We have a couple disabled vehicles out on the system. They aren't causing any problems, but in Waukesha County, there is a car fire. The flames are out, but this car is off to the side. An emergency responder has pulled up. The roof is popped. It's like the last thing you want on Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah,
so I hope this driver is able to get going pretty quickly, but a heads up for all the drivers right now. I-94 West, about a mile beyond the ramp from Highway 100. The right shoulder is blocked because of this car that was having a fire issue.
Traffic is sponsored by Richlawn's Tire and Service Center.
Richlawn's Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlawns.com when you're due for service.
Your WTMJ forecast on this Christmas Eve Wednesday. We are watching for a chance of some light showers, maybe some drizzle later today. Your high will be around 40 degrees. Patchy drizzle tonight, cloudy, a low of 34. Thursday, Christmas Day, mostly cloudy, high of 38. Morning rain possible Friday, 42. 43 on your Saturday. Falling temperatures then Sunday. We finally get back below freezing. We'll start in the mid-30s, then fall to the 20s by Sunday evening. Right now it's 37 and cloudy in Milwaukee at 12:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Ty, and in for Greg Matzik, it's Adam Roberts.
Merry Christmas Eve, everybody.
Merry Christmas Eve to you too, Jessica. How are you doing?
I am great. I feel like we're going to have a wonderful show here, and then it is off to the holidays. I feel like for the most part, people are very cheery and in good moods, even the people who have to work. I feel like this is the time where not a lot of people around. You can really just like get in the zone and get to it.
You know, you're always saying about how it seems like you're always being pulled in so many directions, but when the office numbers are a little down, you do have that flexibility a bit. Get some stuff done maybe you'd be putting off otherwise. There's also that solidarity that, hey, we're all in this together on Christmas Eve.
Might be the holiday, but we've got a big show for the next 3 hours here. Someone could wake up Christmas morning a billionaire, but experts say the real challenge starts after you win. We'll look at the financial risk if you actually match all the numbers in tonight's massive Powerball drawing. Plus, ever wonder what it's like behind the scenes of a hit home improvement show? A woman from Waukesha knows firsthand. She'll take us inside an Emmy-nominated production coming up at 12:37. But first,
it's now at noon on Wisconsin's Midday News.
New today, ICE documents reveal the Trump administration plans to hold thousands of immigrants in warehouses. The plan is to build some of these warehouses from the ground up and renovate others. CBS's Michael Wallace has the details just coming in.
The administration is seeking contractors to renovate warehouses across the country into large-scale holding centers. The Washington Post reviewed a draft solicitation, which says the new facilities will minimize costs, shorten processing times, and speed up the deportation process. 7 large warehouses would each hold 5,000 to 10,000 people. 16 smaller warehouses would hold up to 1,500 detainees each.
The warehouses would hold people before they're deported. The Department of Homeland Security declined to answer questions about the warehouse plan.
Heading overseas, where there's a small sign of hope this holiday season in the Middle East. Sound there from Christmas celebrations in Bethlehem, where they've returned for the first time since the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza began back in October of 2023. More from CBS's Linda Gradstein reporting from outside the Church of the Nativity.
Standing next to the large Christmas tree in Manger Square, decorated with hundreds of red and gold balls, Bethlehem Mayor Maher Kanawati says it's time for the birthplace of Jesus to celebrate again.
I think this was the seed of hope that we are trying to grab in order to have a new beginning for Palestine, a new beginning for the people that endured immense hardships.
He said that while the economic situation in Bethlehem is still tough, he hopes tourists will soon return to the city. Linda Gradstein for CBS News, Bethlehem.
As Linda referred to there at the end, the ceremony largely attended by clergy members. Few members of the public were on site, largely symbolic of the fear many still feel in the region, rather. While around 15,000 visitors would arrive every day in times of peace in the area, the absence of those tourists devastating that city's tourism industry, driving unemployment up to 70% in the area. But still, a sign of hope and some normalcy in a troubled part of the world.
Well, we love seeing our family over the holidays, but we don't love the germs that often come with those get-togethers. Dr. Alec Patel explains what symptoms to watch out for if you're feeling sick and aren't sure whether it's a cold, the flu, or something else.
It's really hard to tell if you actually have one virus versus another. If you have a common cold, you may get symptoms such as congestion, a sore throat, fatigue, coughing, things that may have you not have such a silent night. Sometimes with flu or COVID, people may say, I feel like I've been hit by a sleigh, because you can get those really bad muscle aches. What you want to do is, if you are concerned or want to know your next steps, go to a doctor and get a swab, which can help you differentiate what type of virus you may or may not have.
Dr. Patel with all the puns there.
Yeah, I see you're not so slick, Dr. Patel. I see you working.
Remember, a common cold in you might be something serious in somebody else. For a general cold, rest up, stay hydrated, and make sure you're getting the proper nutrients. That's going to do it. That's going to help you get better. Well, $1.7 billion is on the line tonight. Woo! Have you bought your Powerball ticket? But what comes after a Powerball win? ABC's Jim Ryan is next, and the dream, the odds, and why experts say winning can come with big risks. Now at noon, sponsored by Flanners Home Entertainment. Visit them at flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Flanners Home Entertainment. Does the audio and video system in your home need an upgrade? Well, Flanners has all the solutions and the installation experts to simplify and upgrade your home entertainment experience. Forget about the impersonable big box stores and risky online purchases. You go with locally owned Flanners, where quality service, the best brands, and guaranteed best price remain top priorities. Stop by Flanners in West Dallas, Grafton, or at flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to Bucks beat writer Jim Ozarski. Find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
So, Alex, why don't you tell us about Lion's Tail?
We've been brewing for 10 years, and now we're busy expanding into Milwaukee, trying to get on every shelf of every store and on tap at every restaurant.
How has Horicon Bank been a part of your story?
Horicon Bank understands the needs of small businesses versus working with a big bank. Horicon, they're much like a small business, just like we are. I know most of the people on that team. It's nice working with someone that understands your business.
Gift cards from the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant make perfect holiday gifts because everybody loves a great dinner. Buy a $100 gift card to get a $20 gift card free. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Great stocking stuffers. Happy holidays from the famous Fox and Hounds.
Is there a better stocking stuffer than a shot at $1.7 billion?
I can't think of one.
Oh, my goodness. Tonight's Christmas Eve Powerball drawing is one of the biggest in history. And while the odds of winning are about 1 in 292 million, there's a chance. There's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Little chance. But financial advisors warn winning big can come with big risks. ABC's Jim Ryan joins us to talk about the massive jackpot, the surge in ticket buying, and what experts say you should and absolutely should not do if your holiday wishes come true. First things first, Jim, did you buy a ticket?
Oh, yes.
Sure. Why? I don't know. Am I going to win? No. But, as Jim Carrey said in that movie in Dumb and Dumber, there is a chance, right?
Oh,
so you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes, exactly. My husband actually, he came home and he said, okay, here you go, pick one. He bought 12 tickets to disperse to family members. That was the hardest decision I had to make. I had these 12 tickets to look at and to pick one of them. I had reasons that I liked this one, reasons that I liked this one. It was tough, Jim.
Well, so let's say you buy 10 tickets. Does that mean your chances are suddenly 1 in 29 million instead of 1 in 292 million? Maybe, but what does it matter? I mean, 29 million to 1 is pretty stark odds that you're going to win anything at all. But, there are smaller prizes as well. Last time anybody has hit all 6 numbers was in September, and the prize back then was also about $1.7 billion, same as it is for tonight's drawing. So, yeah, there are smaller prizes to be had. But, don't forget, $1 million is still life-changing.
Yes.
Just because it's not $1.7 billion, that's a life-changing sum. So you should be ready, if you actually win that, to handle it properly. Because statistics say that about 1 in 3 lottery winners end up going broke at some point in their lives.
Why is this jackpot so massive? Is it a combination of things? Just, now it's $2 instead of $1 to play, and just the fact that nobody's hit all those numbers since, what did you say, September?
Sure. Yeah, it's just a matter of more people paying in, more people playing, and obviously the more people who have bought a $2 ticket, the higher the jackpot is going to go. So here we sit at $1.7 billion. If nobody gets it tonight, all 6 numbers, it'll roll on over for Saturday's drawing.
So, Jim, Jessica mentions the family 12 of tickets that had to be dispersed. What do experts suggest for dealing with family members who, let's just say, pie in the sky, hypothetical, you are the winner. You get the Powerball winning ticket, and suddenly every family member under the sun is knocking on your door saying, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. How have you been? Saw you on the news the other day. So where are we going with this?
Well, that's true. And there's no law governing that. You don't have to give up any of your winnings, even to your brother-in-law or your uncle or to anybody, really. And in some places, you can keep it quiet. Wisconsin is not one of those states, but in about 10 states, you can remain anonymous forever. You don't have to do anything to go public. In a few states, though, over 24 states, your name is out there regardless. And in a few states, if you hit a certain threshold, say $10,000 in winnings, you can stay anonymous at that point. Below that, no, you can't. So, yeah, your cousin, depending upon which state you live in, will or will not find out that you've won at all, Adam.
What do financial advisors say is the first thing a winner should do?
Hire somebody. Hire a team you trust, not just one financial advisor, but maybe a whole team, depending upon the size of the winnings, to set you straight. Obviously, people have all sorts of dreams going through their minds as they purchase their tickets about the house they'll buy or the island they'll buy, maybe, and what they'll do with that. But, yeah, somewhere in that mix of dreams should be, you know what, I also need to plan on handling it properly and having a team of financial advisors maybe who are recommended to you that can handle this or help you to handle it the right way so you don't end up being the 1 in 3 who end up bankrupt.
Do the experts give any advice on whether, if you're going to try to go for the Powerball, if you should try to go solo? Because I know a lot of offices around whenever the jackpot reaches the $1 billion right now threshold, we get the old office pool. But do the experts suggest maybe against that because, kind of similar to the family element, it can get messy if, surprise, surprise, you win?
Well, you're right, yeah. And you just hope maybe if you do have an office pool going that you have an agreement with everyone that regardless of who bought the ticket, that you're going to share it all. Now, I don't know if that means signing a contract or something. For example, I'm in an office pool right now. The woman who buys the tickets every week, I trust her. I think that if we won, she would pay me and pay everybody else who. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, if she didn't, let's say she just took the money and ran, I don't think I have any recourse because, yeah, I gave her the money free and clear, didn't stipulate that she'd have to pay me. It's the understanding, but there's nothing written down.
Jim, do you remember a man named Jack Whitaker of West Virginia who won the Powerball like in the early 2000s?
Sounds familiar.
Okay, so I think about him when I was saying this yesterday to some of our fans. I said, if you don't win, if you don't win and you're bummed, just remember that a lot of times these massive winners, just their lives kind of go down the tubes. This guy, all of a sudden, he got all this money. He was spending it in kind of weird ways in some cases. He all of a sudden had family issues, and people were dying. I mean, it's a dramatic story. Don't get me wrong. You'll have to Google Jack Whitaker of West Virginia and the Powerball. But all of these terrible things just started to happen to him after he won Powerball. And a lot of it did have to do with the money. He has since passed away, bless his heart. But why do so many lottery winners end up in trouble despite this huge payday?
Well, I think it's running into that sudden windfall and having all this money, massive amounts of money in some cases, and not really having dealt with that before. And you've got no experience with that. And so you're going it on your own and making your own decisions. And that's where you can get into trouble. I think that's why the advice from financial planners is that you maybe it's self-serving for them, well, that you hire a financial planner or a team of them to ensure that everything is good. The first decision, I think, once you sign the ticket, and by the way, you should sign the ticket if you win to make sure that you legally claim it. Do I take the single payout or do I take the annuity? Because in this case, if you claim the one-time benefit, it's $781 million. It's only $781 million, Jessica. Jeez. If you want the full $1.7 billion, it's still not going to be $1.7 billion because a lot of taxes will be taken out. But you'll earn that over 30 years through an annuity. So that's another decision to make.
I'm curious, Jim, maybe you have the answer to this, maybe you don't. Are there any statistics or does anybody track which states seem to see the most winners? I ask because my hometown of Fond du Lac got a little bit of fame in the 1990s for becoming the Miracle Mile. There was a stretch of South Main Street where the Mod Pa's and now a BP gas station are that just seemed to churn out winner after winner after winner. It wasn't always the big one, but it got the moniker the Miracle Mile. And so I wonder, are there any states where you may just have a better shot than others statistically?
Yeah, statistics show that New York State has the highest percentage of lottery winners. Maybe it's because it's a high population state and more people are participating in the games. But yeah, it's had 43 Mega Million winners alone in that jackpot.
I think there's something to be said, too. Would you guys agree that even for those who don't win, there's something about having that hope and having that little bit of joy in the meantime before they call the numbers? That's just fun, especially around the holidays.
Yeah, well, I think people are eternal optimists. It's just like Jim Carrey in that movie, right? You know, she tells him his chances are 1 in a million, and he says, great, I still have a chance, you know. So I think there's a little bit of that in everybody, Jessica.
All right, good luck to everybody if you're playing, Jim. I hope some of your numbers hit. I hope more of our numbers win. Our numbers hit, but I hope everybody gets a little piece of the pie. You know, at the end of the day, I also say, even if we just get our money back, that wouldn't be too
$2
sad.
is $2.
You haven't lost anything.
Merry Christmas, Jim. We appreciate it.
Same to you. Take care.
I was thinking I kind of want to go and get one more. My husband bought those tickets last night, but I'd kind of like to go and just get one. I like to do it. There's this gas station that's downtown in downtown Milwaukee. I feel like downtown Milwaukee never usually hits, but, you know, maybe it could be this time. But I don't actually know if I have cash on me. That's the thing. You have to have the cash.
That is so, I was thinking the other thing, too. Yeah, you can't just walk up with your credit or your debit card and buy. You have to, have that cash. And I can't remember the last time I had any cash in my wallet, which is wild to say. Can you imagine saying that 5-6 years ago? I have no cash in my wallet. And now it's just an afterthought, but I can't recall.
I don't usually play. I think I learned that you have to have cash maybe 5 years ago when we had a big one. That's a time when everybody's talking about it. It's just fun. It's nice to dream a little dream, to have a little hope, right? So that's usually the only time we play. And I think I went to the grocery store and thought, oh, maybe I'll just go with my credit card. Oh, no, you can't do that. Wait, do I have cash? Let me look.
Is your threshold billion with a B? Like, is that, I think, the common number right now where people finally start going, okay, might as well. You can't lose if you don't play or whatever.
I think now it is, but that's more recent because these $1 billion ones, I mean, it used to be, I don't know, 700 million would get you really excited. And that is still something worthy to cheer about, right, if you win. But I do think now a lot of people don't do it until they see that bee.
By the way, all those people who are going to play tonight, as far as your odds, I always love playing this clip from ABC.
You're more likely to go to the ER for a pogo stick-related injury.
So keep that in mind, but good luck to everyone tonight.
Jeez. Good luck, everybody. Local news and national headlines coming up next.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
There are some things in this world that are both free and priceless at the same time, like your grandma's Christmas cookies or a spectacular sunset. When it comes to home buying, AccuNet's rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval is both free, even though it's more work on our part than a slapdash bank pre-approval. And when it comes to making sure your home buying journey doesn't include any chest-clutching surprises and avoidable mistakes, it's also priceless. Sellers and listing agents recognize AccuNet's rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval as the gold standard of our industry. Not just because of our $2,000 guarantee, but because they know we've done our homework and that you're the real deal, especially if you need a bridge loan to buy that next home. You'll also like that our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 lower than banks and the mortgage folks with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Get started with your free, yet priceless, rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval today by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CLEAN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
And now, about your house. Eric Brown is the president of Siding Unlimited, your contractor for new windows, roofing, siding, decks, and a whole lot more. He knows about your house. So what do you know, Eric?
Recently, Siding Unlimited installed new windows in a home, and the homeowner loved the experience. Linda W. said, "I was extremely satisfied with the service that was provided by Siding Unlimited. I had a new roof and new windows installed in my house." Linda loved that she chose the right company for peace of mind. She also loved the colors. Larry, another Siding Unlimited customer, was thrilled with the experience. Larry's home looks brand new. Go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page and see our pinned message to listen to Larry's testimonial, but also see his house. Again, Siding Unlimited, knocking it out of the park. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com. Definitely listen to Larry on Instagram at Siding Unlimited LLC.
Eric and his crews at Siding Unlimited are your go-to contractor here for roofing and also replacement windows, decks, and of course siding. They've done it all at the Matzik households over the years. It started with windows, transforming our 1953 Milwaukee home into something beautiful. And then, on our new house, brand new LP Smart Side siding. Built 8 years ago, our house still looks brand new. Make sure to connect with Eric about patio projects as well. They've expanded our outdoor living space to an area fit with a beautiful cedar pergola, paver patio, gas fire pit, and more. The best in lighting? I can control it from my phone. All there at Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. Take the next step and check them out at sidingunlimited.com. Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more.
It's 12:30. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Wednesday, December 24th. I'm Jessica Ty. Your top story, appointing a new assistant district attorney.
I'm Adam Roberts, navigating that holiday stress.
Mostly cloudy today. We do have a chance for rain late, but that's going to be light. High of 40 degrees today.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Authorities in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, trying to determine what caused the explosion at a nursing home in Bristol that killed a resident and a staff member and left 19 others hurt. One of them's in critical condition. Fire Chief Kevin DiPolito said it's a challenge to figure out the cause because part of the facilities collapsed.
Until we excavate that area and remove the walls and roofs that collapsed, we won't have any idea what may have occurred in there. We're hoping to make significant progress today.
Holiday storm is dumping rain on Southern California, where flash flooding is a concern for tens of millions of people, but so are mudslides, especially in the areas that were scarred by fires earlier this year. Light volume, but plenty of gains on shortened trading day on Wall Street. All three major indexes were higher for the year. The S&P 500's up more than 17%. Another chance to make a lot of money in tonight's Powerball jackpot. It's worth an estimated $1.7 billion. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:31.
An 88-year-old man who died in a crash in Burlington has been identified as the uncle of Assembly Speaker Robin Vos.
Police responded to State Street and Main Street just before 5:15 a.m., where a car struck the man as he was trying to cross the street. James Voss of Burlington died at the scene. The 41-year-old woman driving the vehicle, also from Burlington, remained on scene. She was not injured and no criminal charges were filed. Police are still investigating speed, visibility, and other potential factors in the crash. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Researchers at the Medical College of Wisconsin saying 1 in 4 people deal with some form of chronic pain. And Dr. Cheryl Stuckey telling WTMJ how her team is using different techniques to find and try to disable pain receptors.
So optogenetics actually lets us use light activation to pinpoint exactly which cells are transmitting the pain so we can have a much more targeted approach.
Dr. Stuckey says medical tools like CRISPR will soon be able to edit pain genes and reduce long-term pain.
Well, you've seen it in the movies, but it can happen in real life, too. Arguments can get out of hand when family is over for the holidays. Therapist Megan Anderson tells WTMJ how to switch topics to avoid triggering topics.
What I would probably suggest is going to take a little bit of bravery and a little bit of courage, but it might just be, hey, I know we've done that in years past. Is there something that we can do a little different? I know I really want to know about this part of your life. And trying to change the topic, but also make it really clear, I don't want to continue to repeat the same thing that I have with you for years past.
Anderson points out playing games can also help strengthen a family's bond.
Bus routes are being finalized for 2026 in Milwaukee County.
An additional $5 million in funding from the county board helped save 6 bus routes that were originally going to be cut next year. Those routes will now operate during peak hours, along with a reduced version of the same-day paratransit service. Meanwhile, MCTS's winter service plan will reduce the frequency on 16 routes starting in January. Then in March, 5 more routes will see service reductions and shorten route lengths. At the start of the new year, bus fares will also increase to $2.75. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
A Powerball ticket worth $1 million was sold in Brown Deer. The Wisconsin Lottery says the winning ticket was purchased at the Walmart on Brown Deer Road. Imagine that, getting some groceries, getting the toilet paper, maybe a little makeup or something else for your husband, and then boom, getting a Powerball ticket. Getting $1 million from that.
What a shopping trip.
Woo! It matched 5 numbers in Monday's drawing, but missed the Powerball. In that same drawing, tickets worth $50,000 were sold in Glendale and Sheboygan Falls. Tonight's Powerball drawing, by the way, up to $1.7 billion.
Yeah, you've heard of the Miracle Mile. Maybe our region's the Miracle Region. I like those odds. Sports, traffic, and weather on the way next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times, 1234.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at 3 Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Bill.
We didn't want to be sitting in our house alone. And I was glad because I didn't have to do all the chores around the house that I was sick of doing. I decided to get involved in a lot of the different activities like the theater group. I run TED Talks once a month. I'm chairman of the library committee. The other things I like about 3 Pillars is the outdoor things. And there's a beautiful fishing pond. It's just a great, great place to live.
Schedule a tour today at 3pillars.org.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Ford Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Afternoon tea at the Pfister is your invitation to indulge in a moment of pure elegance. Settle into a beautifully elevated space, savor artful bites and petite sweets, and enjoy the simple luxury of slowing down. Whether you're celebrating, reconnecting, or just treating yourself, it's an experience designed to feel special from the very first sip. Make your afternoon unforgettable with afternoon tea at the Pfister Hotel.
You don't need a massive walk-in to have a beautiful, organized closet.
Tired of wasted space? Or that pile of shoes that's always hiding behind your closet door?
Abracadabra!
Inspired Closets is the expert at doubling or even tripling your storage space instantly.
It's like magic, but better, because it's custom designed for you.
We make it easy and affordable and transform your space regardless of its size or scope.
Get started today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Time for a WTMJ Sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Packers on the practice field today, open to members of the media, so we're getting a look at quarterback Jordan Love, who is practicing while still in concussion protocol. Meanwhile, backup Malik Willis not on the practice field today, according to the team, due to an illness, not due to his existing right shoulder injury. Packers and Ravens this Saturday at Lambeau. Also, heads up, quarterback Lamar Jackson for the Ravens also in question to play due to his back injury. The Bucs winners on Tuesday night against the Pacers, 111-94. Head coach Doc Rivers.
There's no lead that is safe in this league. It just isn't. And that's a good lesson for us. I thought we stopped playing the right way for stretches, and in those stretches, I thought Indiana made some hay.
And nice make-good win for the Bucs after blowing a 16-point lead to the Timberwolves on Sunday. And Milwaukee continues their road trip later this week. They'll face off against the Grizzlies Friday night, right here on your home of the Bucs, WTMJ.
Let's get you an update on the roads right now with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. I have some good news. It looks like I was monitoring tracking for you this car fire on I-94 West, about a mile beyond the ramp from Highway 100. The two right lanes were blocked because of it. Emergency responders were at the scene. The guy had the hood popped up. It looks like that has now cleared. It's technically still listed on the big board, but I don't see it anymore on the camera. So good news there. I hope if you are traveling today, not many of you are. Yesterday was the big travel day. It's a little bit quieter out there today, but if you are traveling, I hope it is smooth sailing. Right now, for the most part, it looks like it. Just a couple of vehicles that are broken down.
Your WTMJ forecast for this Christmas Eve. If you do hit the road later tonight, watch out. We could see some showers and some drizzle. We'll be flirting with that freezing mark for some of us. The low tonight is going to be 34, so we all won't get to that freezing mark, but some may, so just keep a heads up for that. Christmas Day, your forecast pretty quiet, mostly cloudy, a high of 38. Morning rain possible Friday, 42. Another mild day Saturday, 43 the high. Then the cool down begins Sunday. We'll start out in the mid-30s, but be down into the 20s by the time we hit the evening. Right now, 37 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee as we approach 12:39.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holiday, 'cause no matter how far away you roam.
Well, you don't have to speak Spanish to appreciate this story. Pero que bien si habla español.
Well done.
Did I do that okay?
That was very well, very good.
I haven't broken out my Spanish in a while, so I thought I'd give it a try. If you love Ask This Old House or any of those shows that make you think, I might be able to do that, there's a newer series getting national attention, and a Waukesha woman stars in it. The show just wrapped up its third season, and Carmen de la Paz is here in the studio to tell us all about it. Great to have you back.
Thank you. It's nice to see you both. It's nice to be back.
Some of you might remember Carmen from her incredible work with the Waukesha memorial sculptures. We talked to her about that last month. And your talent, it goes so far. You're also a DIY expert and the perfect person to be featured on this new version of Ask This Old House. How did your journey take you from Waukesha, Wisconsin to national television? How did you initially get involved in this?
Wow, that's a long time ago. But this is actually my 56th television show on my
56.
ninth network.
Wow.
And my third Emmy nomination through this show. So I was actually a music theater major in New York City. I went to Syracuse University, been on Broadway, been off Broadway. I sing, I dance, I play a bunch of instruments. And then I became this poor artist, actor, in New York City, and I wanted to save money, and I wanted to live well, and I have, unfortunately, some good taste. So I figured out really quickly that if I could wield some power tools, I could create a very nice living home experience. And then quickly thereafter, I was working for Warner Brothers. I was the director of TV publicity. I went from there. They promoted me to Los Angeles. I bought my first house. And then I started to really get into making money with flipping houses. And that's when HGTV found me. And it's literally been like one show done, the next call comes in, one show done, the next call comes in. And I've been doing it for a very long time.
What's the trickiest part of mixing doing what you do with redeveloping homes versus the reality of the television world of having to be in a place and be in this right lighting, et cetera?
That's a great question because first I think that so many of the DIY shows have kind of warped the reality of really how long things take, how much work it takes, because production companies want to compress everything and cut it out and cut it out and cut it out and just give you very microscopic looks. And then the other thing is that they want you to smile and look happy and pleasant while you're wielding a circular saw.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, do you understand what I'm doing right here? So it's just a matter of, I'm trained to be on camera and to perform. That's what I do. But I've learned to do the power tools and I've become very good at it. And so it's first of all, it's safety because you do not want to portray anything that is not safe because then you're liable and there's a responsibility. And the second thing is I really, 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 really enjoy it. So when you're doing something that you enjoy, as you both know, it doesn't feel like work and it's not that difficult.
You tape on the actual This Old House set in Boston. That is so cool. What's that experience like behind the scenes?
Well, the first time, I've already taped there a few times, and the first time they flew us out, I felt like I had arrived at carpenter heaven. Because you grow up watching these shows forever, and then we were literally taping at a Home Depot, part of the episode, and the This Old House producers planted Tommy, who's like the old guard, to come and actually surprise us in the middle of an aisle. So it just feels like you've arrived. It certainly feels like you've been validated, especially as a female wielding power tools to be on this set. Is pretty amazing.
What's a myth about home improvement TV shows too many people believe? Because I found myself peek behind the curtain watching a lot of old school Bob Barker Price is Right on YouTube. And so I love the show in general, but I'm always analyzing it not just to play the games, but look for those little things that are going on behind the scenes to peel that back. What's a myth that too many people believe about these kind of shows?
It takes longer, it costs more money, and there's always usually something goes wrong. But that's the part they won't show you. That's honest.
That last one, I think, in particular, needs to be repeated. Not everything is picture perfect on these projects.
Oh, absolutely. And I on camera, I'm also the senior producer for Family Handyman magazine. So I tape for their streaming channel. I do their website content and their magazine content. And I'm the first one to say to the camera guy, come here, come look at the mistake because I'm going to show you how to fix your mistake. Half of the challenge of actually having the courage to do things with your hands is how do you get out of stuff that you are inevitably going to mess up?
What does it mean to you, Carmen, to represent Spanish-speaking homeowners in a space that wasn't always diverse?
No, I mean, I think it's a huge thing. The cool thing is I've been in the Spanish language DIY genre of television for a very long time. I worked with Fox International for 5 years, and I did 4 different shows that were distributed to 18 different countries around the world. And I've worked for Telemundo, I've worked for Discovery Español. So it's kind of like I'm the old guard in this world, and I'm very proud to be a woman. I'm very proud, especially with so many of these shows airing in Spanish language countries where women are not supposed to be doing power tools, to be able to show that you can, and you can still look cute, and you can still, have a feminine essence to the process.
Do you hear it all from the new guard of women and Hispanics coming up in this world that have said to you, hey, I watched what you do and I was inspired?
Actually, I really don't. That's the truth. I don't think a lot of Latina women have broken that barrier. Sadly, I invite them to, and I'm happy to reach out and help people be better at that. But I don't think that glass ceiling has been broken on any of the English language networks. Look at the profile of, I'm not going to say the networks, but look at the profiles.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly tall blondes, that are willing to show cleavage. Sorry.
I mean,
you said it, not me.
Hey, I can.
So, Carmen, what is one DIY mistake you see people make over and over at home?
That they don't take their safety precautions. There's eyes, ears, and breathing, your lungs. Those are things that once they are damaged, you cannot repair them. Hearing doesn't come back once it's damaged, so wear ear protection. Eyesight for sure cannot be retrieved, so wear safety glasses. And if you're dealing with dust or heavy chemicals, wear the right respiratory protection. And I think that people don't. I know. I'm also guilty of it. I'm going to do this real fast. And I just think people need to take safety first.
You just reminded me, for those of you on streaming, and if you're not, you can text WATCH to the Sonny Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line, because we do have some pictures up of the show. We also have a trailer that's playing as well. And I did notice in a couple of the pictures that you are wearing those safety glasses. How often do you actually have those discussions? Or is it something at this point where you just know and you're grabbing your safety goggles for this one and you're doing that for this? Or do you actually have those talks on the set?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's like, do we need it for this? And 9 times out of 10, it's yes. And they'll ask me, well, what do you want? Do you want to use them? I'm like, yeah. If there's even a doubt that you might not have to use them, then just use them and show them. Why not?
Do you see, as we're doing a lot of look ahead to next year right now, this time of year on WTMJ, a lot of what do you see in 2026 kind of questions. In your world, what's a home improvement trend you could see really coming to light next year?
Well, I think people are buckling down with, expenses. I think everything from materials to hiring other people to do the work is getting more and more expensive. I think people are going to be more willing to do the work themselves. And I think people are going to go down to just the real basic things like, what can I do that's going to create most impact, i.e. paint? Instead of knocking out walls or doing additions, I think people are going to go back to just the nuts and bolts of basics to still feel like they're living in a great space and they're able to change things. But I don't think people are going to be willing to spend the big bucks that you've seen in the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're right on that one. What does it mean to you to be nominated for an Emmy? Not just once, but a couple of times for this particular show.
Well, it's a dream. A short Puerto Rican kid from Wisconsin doesn't think that will ever happen in their lifetime. And if they do, you get shut down real fast. Like you're not supposed to have that dream. So it's an honor. I'm going to be really honest with you. Now I'm like, I want the Emmy.
Yeah,
when you've done it 3 times, you're like, so I'm hoping we've got hopes. They're going to submit us again for next year, and we'll see what happens.
What's the competition like?
Gosh, the best part of this year's competition is that to be nominated up against Martha Stewart.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
Wow.
To be up against Chip Gaines and his wife. These are the heavy hitters in this genre. And a true fact is that we were nominated up against the English version of This Old House, but we're the ones that got the nomination. They didn't, which was fascinating. I didn't even know that. So it's when they say it's an honor to be nominated, it is an honor when it's Martha Stewart and when it's the Gaines, huge conglomerate of what they've become and what they do. And so it's just an honor to be there. And it was really neat to be in the theater and for them to go, and the nominees are, and you see your face up on the screen. I mean, that alone was worth a trip to Los Angeles.
Season 3 premieres in April. What can viewers expect and where can they watch it? Because there's so many places for viewers to watch these shows these days.
Yeah. You can catch us on Roku, and it's a live streaming show, so you can look it up and get it whenever you want. The cool thing is that it does have English language subtitles. So you can watch, the English version, the Spanish version, and you're not going to skip a beat on the information. It's very similar to what you see in Ask This Old House. It's kind of like we're peeling back how a house works. Like, this is really how water pressure works. This is really what happens with water damage. This is really, this last season, actually, earlier this month, I was in Boston, is when we taped the third season, and I did a whole segment on how do you fix drywall. And I went from a small hole to a medium hole to a big hole. And so it's just real basic stuff, but it's kind of like, cool, I can do that.
Well, I have your number, so I might have a couple questions
Please,
for
you got
on
a
that.
free 1-800-CARMEN, Jessica. You got it.
I love it. That is Carmen De La Paz. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you.
On getting that Emmy.
Thank
Finally
you.
getting
If we get it, I'll come back and see you.
I love it. It is 12:51. Coming up next, it's our year in review.
This holiday season, the Salvation Army needs your help. Bell ringers are working hard, and our service depends on generous donations like yours. Every dollar donated helps us provide meals, shelter, and emergency support to families in crisis, not just at Christmas, but all year long. From immediate need to long-term care, your donation can create lasting change in our communities. Join us in making a difference. Volunteer as a bell ringer or donate today. Visit salvationarmywi.org to learn how you can help.
If you're looking to plan your next global experience, let Fox World Travel's vacation experts handcraft your next journey to Europe. In partnership with Globus, Insight Vacations, and Avalon Waterways, we've created outstanding itineraries with exclusive experiences to Iceland, Croatia, Spain, Portugal, and more. Or we can fully customize a journey based on your interests. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Join us and make memories to last a lifetime.
Planning for 2026 starts now. A new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to our Outdoor Living Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
It's a robber, and if you ignore it, it will just keep taking and taking. I know how pain can consume you. It steals the fun out of life. It steals your energy. And it's just a dark cloud over a lot of people's lives, even on the sunniest of days. But your joint pain does not have to rob you of your life or your happiness. Because at Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that can rejuvenate your life. In a world where big box healthcare has driven pain treatment costs through the roof and has made it look like joint replacements are your only option, Rejuvenex has kept pain treatment affordable for almost anyone. And for most with insurance, including Medicare and Medicaid, we've seen pain treatment paid for by insurance with zero out-of-pocket cost to our patients. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. Don't let pain rob you. Take action today so we can help make your joint pain go away.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Call today and there's a good chance we'll see you tomorrow.
Show today, we have 9 one-minute stories for you that define the year. Categories include weather, sports, politics, entertainment, and health. No rankings, no order. So what should we roll first? We're going to do something fun here today. I put the categories into a grab bag. Adam, I'm handing you the bag.
Oh, well, thank you.
You get the honors of picking the first one.
All right, let's take a gander here. Our first one, and it's a tough one to start with, deaths in 2025.
That's really the first one you picked?
It is. Not fibbing. You can see it right there.
Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe that is the first one you picked. All right, here we go. This one it's always sad. Those who passed away over the last year. Here are the high-profile people we lost in 2025.
We said goodbye to Pope Francis in 2025. His successor became the first American pope. From the heavens to the stars and the loss of Apollo astronaut James Lovell.
Houston, we've had a problem.
The most influential vice president in U.S. history, Dick Cheney, also died. Former President George W. Bush.
In moments of testing, Dick Cheney was the model of concentration, alertness, and composure.
Anthropologist and conservationist Jane Goodall died at 91, leaving behind a legacy of rocking Ozzy Osbourne. We also lost Kiss's Ace Frehley, reggae Grammy winner Jimmy Cliff.
You can get it if you really want.
There was also funk master Sly Stone and a Beach Boy who never surfed, Brian Wilson. Hollywood mourns the loss of Academy Award winners Gene Hackman and Diane Keaton.
La-di-da, la-la.
Malcolm Jamal Warner died this year, Val Kilmer and Robert Redford.
Go pick me out a winner, Bobby.
And we lost two Flo's, Diane Ladd of Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore and Polly Holiday of TV's Alice.
Kiss my grit!
Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Hopefully no more. We have a couple days left. Local news coming up next.
Looking to earn your Wisconsin concealed carry license? Mission 94 Firearms Education Center has you covered. Choose from classroom-only sessions, live fire options, or women-only classes taught by female instructors, designed to build confidence and safety. Learn the right way with a team that puts education first. Find your perfect class today at mission94firearms.com. Click on the training tab or just Google Mission 94.
Do you have a spot that's too cold in the winter, but if you jack up the heat, the rest of the house is too warm? Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Time to get Jeff and his team out to your house. Proper insulation from USA forms a thermal barrier that maintains warmth in the winter and coolness in the summer. Time to get in on thousands of dollars of government efficiency credits. Jeff and his team at USA Insulation find the grants, rebates, reductions, and they discount the cost of your project up front. Get started at usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Wisconsin State Fair tickets are on sale for just $13. Plus, get ready to deliver holiday bundles packed with State Fair favorites at the lowest price of the season. Get yours today at wistatefair.com before they're gone. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 6th through 16th.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
The only place to get this.
But at the end of the day, I personally have not had the conversation with the Bucks. I'm still locked in on my teammates.
With some of this.
The Bucks are never going to proactively trade Giannis. He is the greatest player in franchise history. You get tourism dollars from people that want to come to Milwaukee, stay in the city, so they can see Giannis.
Get it all on Bucks Talk, your all-encompassing Milwaukee Bucks postgame show. Only heard here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
There's a lot of noise coming out of Washington these days, but one thing retirees in Wisconsin can't afford to ignore is the new Big Beautiful Bill. Sounds harmless, right? But here's the truth. The changes buried in this bill could have a serious impact on your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we've dug into the details, and we want to make sure you know what's really at stake. The Big Beautiful Bill includes sweeping updates to tax brackets, Social Security thresholds, Medicare premiums, and retirement account rules. And for many retirees, it could mean higher taxes on your savings, more limits on deductions, and unexpected changes to your income plan. Maybe you're already retired, or maybe you're just a few years away. Either way, what you don't know could cost you thousands. That's why we're offering Wisconsin residents a free educational guide to help you understand how the new bill may impact retirees and questions to discuss with your trusted financial advisor. Just text the word tax to 414-897-9522. That's tax, T-A-X, to 414-897-9522. You'll get immediate access to expert insights from the team at Drake & Associates, retirement planners who have been serving Wisconsin for over 20 years. We focus on tax-efficient retirement planning, helping you keep more of your money, avoiding surprises, and staying ahead of the curve no matter what Congress throws your way. So before the big beautiful bill takes a bite out of your hard-earned savings, let's make sure your plan is designed to help prepare for uncertainty. Text TAX to 414-897-9522. That's TAX to 414-897-9522. Drake & Associates, helping build retirement confidence right here in Wisconsin.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's just after 1. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Wednesday, December 24th. I'm Jessica Ty. Your top story, appealing a new trial for Sean Diddy Combs.
I'm Adam Roberts. A Dane County superintendent stepping away.
Mostly cloudy today. We do have a chance for late rain, but it's going to be light. High of 40 degrees today. Tonight, cloudy with patchy drizzle. Will dip down to 34 degrees for the low. It is currently 39 degrees and overcast in downtown Milwaukee. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs want him released from prison immediately. CBS's Jen Clark has the details.
Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs filed an official appeal of his conviction on Tuesday in Manhattan. The appeal claims that Diddy was treated unjustly by the court and also accuses the judge of acting as the 13th juror in the case. Attorneys argue that he should be released from prison and have his conviction be overturned or have his case sent back for a reduced sentence. Diddy is currently serving 50 months in prison for prostitution-related charges. Jen Clark, CBS News.
Back in Wisconsin, a superintendent will step away from leading the Sun Prairie School District. Dr. Brad Sarin had been hired to lead the Chippewa Falls School Districts, had led Sun Prairie since 2015. But in the past 3 years, the district has faced cases involving sexual assault allegations and accusations of staff recording students in school bathrooms. Earlier this year, district leaders voted no confidence in Sarin's leadership. Despite that fact, Sarin will begin at Chippewa Falls on July 1st.
A 31-year-old man from Racine is dead following a crash in the village of Caledonia. Police say it happened just after 10 o'clock Tuesday night at Northwestern Avenue and Carroll Road. The man's car crashed with a slow-moving semi-cab. He was pronounced dead right there at the scene. The 41-year-old driver of the semi is cooperating with the investigation.
Time to get familiar with your new bus routes if you ride the Milwaukee County Transit System.
An additional $5 million in funding from the county board helped save 6 bus routes that were originally going to be cut next year. Those routes will now operate during peak hours, along with a reduced version of the same-day paratransit service. Meanwhile, MCTS's winter service plan will reduce the frequency on 16 routes starting in January. Then in March, 5 more routes will see service reductions and shorten route lengths. At the start of the new year, bus fares will also increase to $2.75. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Researchers at the Medical College of Wisconsin are working on new pain drugs that do not rely on opioids. Dr. Cheryl Stuckey tells WTMJ she's testing a new drug that's shown promising results.
There's actually a brand new medication for pain called suzetrigine. It's used for moderate to severe short-term pain, and that blocks pain without becoming addictive. It does this by targeting pain signals where they begin in the pain receptors of the skin, the joints, the muscles, and it stops those signals before they reach the brain.
Dr. Stuckey says the drug is now being tested for conditions like neuropathy.
News about your money now, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Wall Street and the markets are now closed for Christmas Eve. They finished their day early, noon our time. And the big three looking great as they head into the Christmas holiday. How about this? The S&P 500 hitting a record high for the first time in more than a decade on the Christmas Eve holiday at 6,932. That's up 22 points. The Dow and the NASDAQ both up pretty big as well today. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
The Milwaukee Bucks finally get a win. Can they get another? Hopefully so. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 1:04.
Hey, John Mercure here for Mend Studios. You deserve to feel better. You deserve to feel healthy. You deserve to feel great about yourself. Mend Studios has a long-term wellness as the goal. That's how they're going to do it. That's how they're going to take care of you. I know and trust the therapists at Mend Studio. They customize every single treatment, and they've got multiple locations. They're in Mequon and Brookfield, both convenient, both easy to get to. Start at the website, mendstudio.com. I never feel better than I do after a session at Mend. Mendstudio.com.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You ever wonder how your house would look if it were a different color, or had a new roof, or maybe a splashy front door? Well, you can see for yourself just by going to TriCountyContractingWI.com. Add a photo of your house and design a new look. Then call them when you're ready. TriCountyContractingWI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. TriCountyContractingWI.com.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered. Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Packers hard at work getting ready for the Baltimore Ravens, but that doesn't mean head coach Matt LaFleur can't have a little holiday humor in him.
I don't think my wife thought I was a good boy this year, so I don't think she got me anything.
That's head coach Matt LaFleur. Meanwhile, on the practice field today is quarterback Jordan Love, still in concussion protocol, but on the field working in some drills. Meanwhile, backup Malik Willis is not practicing today. However, the team says that is due to an illness and not his lingering shoulder injury he suffered while playing in that loss to Chicago. Packers and Ravens kick off at 7. A win for Green Bay would clinch them a spot in the postseason. They also could get in with a Lions loss to the Vikings on Christmas Day. And the Bucks, yes, they did it. They got a road win. Only their 4th one of the year, and they do it against the team that seems to want to make us their rivals lately, the Indiana Pacers. 111-94 the final. Bucks will hope for 2 in a row as they continue their road trip Saturday in Memphis against the Grizzlies. You can hear that game right here on your home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Wow, when I look at the cameras, I can tell it's a holiday.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Not much going on out there. But really, I think the key, all of our construction zones that have the delays on any day, we're just not seeing that.
Nope.
The only thing I am seeing, I will tell you what, the construction zone, the newer one on 94 around the ballpark. So if you're heading out of the city and going out to the burbs, there is a little bit of a slowdown on 94 West, right around the ballpark. Just a little bit slow, but once you get past the ballpark, you're good to go. Traffic sponsored by Flanders Home Entertainment, Flanders.com. Just press play.
Upgrade your entertainment setup today. For the best in audio and video for your home, indoors and outdoors, Flanders Home Entertainment delivers sound advice at the best price. Flanders, just press play.
Your WTMJ forecast for this Christmas Eve Wednesday. Watching for some light rain showers, maybe some drizzle that'll arrive late in the day today. Our high going to be around 40 degrees. The low tonight 34. There will be some patchy drizzle, and watch especially away from the city. Could flirt with that 32-degree freezing mark. So keep an eye out if you have late evening travel plans. Your Christmas Day forecast, mostly cloudy, 38 the high. Low 40s then for your Friday and Saturday with slight rain chances. Then Sunday, heads up, high of 36, but falling down into the 20s by the time we get into the evening with a slight chance for a rain-snow mix. 37 and mostly cloudy in Milwaukee at 109.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Ty, and in for Greg Metzik, it's Adam Roberts.
All right, Adam, are you ready for the holidays? Is everything done?
Yes, did a crash course in present wrapping last night, and I think...
Crash course? You needed some help?
No, I say crash course. I don't know why I used that term. I meant to say I just was working quickly. I got a lot because my wife was the one who worked later than me, which is not usually the case, but that was the case last night. So got all of her presents taken care of. She did call me because apparently she had gone out to do a little late shopping herself and was like, don't be by the door when I come in. So I had to hide out in the living room, but that's exciting. I don't know what I'm going to get.
Or if you are by the door, don't look, close your eyes. Have you ever done that?
But then I'm the person who will close my eyes, then turn around and immediately bump into something. So.
Oh, man. Well, we hope so far your holiday, your Christmas Eve is off to a smooth start. We have another big 2 hours ahead.
And now it's time for 3 Big Things on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, the 4th largest jackpot in U.S. history. It is up for grabs tonight. $1.7 billion. That'd be a pretty nice Christmas gift, right? People are rushing out right now to grab last-minute tickets for tonight's massive Powerball drawing. But those odds of winning, well, we asked an expert.
Your odds of winning the big Powerball jackpot, 1 in 292 million, but people still play.
Once the lottery tops $1 billion, people come out of the woodwork to start buying those tickets.
Math professor Tim Chartier with Davidson College. So could we improve the odds by buying more tickets, like 100?
Buying 100 tickets is like having just 100 guesses to guess that 1 second in a 9-year span, so it's still not terribly likely.
But even the math professor admits in the end, it's not about the odds, it's about the dream. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Yes,
All about the
dream. Even winning a little something would be nice. At least cover what you paid for the tickets. One lucky Powerball player, by the way, in Brown Deer won $1 million in Monday's drawing. $1 million. That ticket matched 5 numbers, but not the Powerball. Imagine looking at your ticket, having it in your hand. The balls are coming out. You're matching all the numbers. You have all the numbers matched. And you're like, woo! And then you're thinking maybe you got the big kahuna, right? Did not get the big kahuna, but still the excitement must have been so extreme.
Oh no, I won $1 million. Oh, the agony.
That is awesome. By the way, if you are that Powerball player who bought the ticket in Brown Deer and won the $1 million and you want to tell your story, reach out. Let us know.
855-616-1620. Number 2, more friction forming between the United States and Denmark. You may recall this story from earlier this year. It involves the latter's territory of Greenland. President Donald Trump drawing backlash once again after he yesterday named Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry an envoy to the world's largest island. Also, scrutiny being drawn amid renewed calls for the U.S. to acquire Greenland as what the president has called a matter of national security.
We need Greenland for national security, not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security.
In a joint statement from Greenland and Denmark's prime ministers, they emphasize Greenland firmly belongs to the people of Greenland, the island extensively self-governing since the late 70s. Trump repeatedly expressing interest in the island, has even considered buying the autonomous territory of Denmark, population of around 57,000 people. And if you're wondering what the people of Greenland, well, what did they have to say about it? Well, while most favor eventual just straight-up independence from Denmark, opinion polls have all showed an overwhelming opposition to becoming a part of the United States.
Number 3, the Trump administration has a new warning for people who are not repaying their student loans. ABC's Selena Wang.
This could impact millions of student loan borrowers who are in default. So starting in January, some of them can see their wages garnished. That means payments taken directly out of their paychecks. But the Education Department says this won't start until they've received sufficient notice and opportunity to pay back those loans. So some warning out there is to do that quickly and to do that fast.
The Education Department expects the first notices to be sent to about 1,000 defaulters the week of January 7th. Reps say the notices will then increase in scale on a month-to-month basis. Gotta win tonight's Powerball if you still have student loans.
And boy, do I. So
There you go.
maybe that's my reason to go buy.
That's the way to do it. It is 1:14 up next, your weekly wellness check.
This holiday season, the Salvation Army needs your help. Bell ringers are working hard, and our service depends on generous donations like yours. Every dollar donated helps us provide meals, shelter, and emergency support to families in crisis, not just at Christmas, but all year long. From immediate need to long-term care, your donation can create lasting change in our communities. Join us in making a difference. Volunteer as a bell ringer or donate today. Visit salvationarmywi.org to learn how you can help.
Time to get your furnace ready to work this winter. Vince Vitrano here with my HVAC guy, Ryan Sopa at Urban Heating and Cooling. Ryan, you're doing furnace tune-ups now.
Correct. We're starting to do furnace maintenance, making sure your furnace is ready for the upcoming cold weather.
You do all that for less than $100. You can save big, though, if you spend that money up front, right? Make sure this thing is good.
Correct. I mean, if we come in there and do a maintenance on your furnace, so it can help prevent major breakdowns for the next season.
Thanks, Ryan. Contact them now at urbanheatingandcooling.com. urbanheatingandcooling.com.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin. The buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers. Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Big Fish Contracting. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. At 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
It's time for our weekly wellness check with Dr. Ben Weston, Chief Health Policy Advisor for Milwaukee County and Associate Professor at the Medical College of Wisconsin. Santa's coming, so we're sliding you earlier in the week, Dr. Weston.
Perfect.
Okay.
Happy to be here.
So many say this is the most wonderful time of the year. Or is it? Well, many of us enjoy celebrating the holidays. Others may be experiencing what's often called the holiday blues or holiday depression. What is holiday depression and what typically causes it?
Yeah, so holiday depression is actually more common than you might think. In fact, 89% of U.S. adults report that during the holidays they're having either financial concerns, they're missing loved ones, or they're anticipating some sort of family conflict at the upcoming gathering. And this can certainly add stress. Now, holiday depression in particular is described as feeling kind of like an outsider looking in. And unlike certain conditions, think of like seasonal affective disorder or SAD, which affects millions of people in the late fall and kind of through the season, holiday depression tends to be fairly short term. It kind of comes and goes with each event, but certainly for some people, it lingers for days or even weeks leading up to the holiday season. And it might take the form of loneliness if you're far from loved ones, or memories of past trauma. Maybe there was a traumatic event or the loss of a loved one during the holidays. And then certainly the kind of anxiety or cultural differences of all the gatherings that occur.
What are some signs or symptoms that you might be experiencing the holiday blues?
Yes, they tend to be similar to what we have in general depression, but of course they're usually more tied to the holiday season. So it could be sadness, hopelessness, difficulty sleeping or concentrating, unmotivated or lacking interest in activities you typically enjoy, or feelings of anxiety, irritability, and nervousness. Now, sometimes in some folks it can get extreme, just like regular depression, include thoughts of self-harm. But we can reach out and help friends and loved ones who may need a little extra support by checking in and being mindful of what people might need this time of year.
So how do you stay ahead of or cope with the holiday blues?
Yeah, I mean, it's really about doing things that keep your body and mind healthy, especially if it's kind of a mild depression that you're feeling around the holidays. So it's important to practice self-care, prioritize sleep, go outside. Even when it's cold outside, try to get out there, stay physically active, and stay connected to people who bring you joy. And also limiting social media use. If you're already feeling kind of depressed, usually looking at social media and seeing all the fun everybody else is posting that they're having doesn't really help. Now, also resetting your expectations. Instead of imagining this perfect holiday, think of things that are going to make you happy, even if they're small things, but things that are meaningful. And then, of course, if you feel the need, reaching out to mental health resources. Here in Milwaukee County, you can visit healthymke.com. Of course, there's additional resources via 211. And if you feel like you're in crisis, 24/7, you can call or text 988.
Isn't it more fun, too, when the holiday is not perfect? Because then you have that great story of, like, the one time Uncle Bob burned the turkey. It's just more fun.
That's right. It's like a wedding. It's the little things that go wrong. Those are the things that you remember, right?
All right, so we've got holiday blues. That's one thing. We also have the Christmas coronary effect. The risk of having a heart attack or stroke rises during the holidays, and that is nothing to mess around with. What's behind this holiday heart risk? Why do heart attacks seem to increase during the holidays?
Yeah, so certainly the risk factors that put people in danger of a heart attack or a stroke, these are present year-round. But the holidays can really be a tipping point when several of these factors kind of converge. In fact, studies have shown that more cardiac deaths can occur on December 25th than any other day of the year. And it's followed by December 26th and then January 1st. So we're in a higher risk time of year to be sure. Now, there are things that contribute. Certainly, infections like flu and COVID are knocking your body down, and those are much more prevalent this time of year. We're actually seeing a lot of flu right now. But we're also dealing with things like disrupted routines, rich foods, alcohol, just that added stress of the holidays. And these can all put added strain on the heart. It raises your blood pressure, and it forces your heart to work harder.
What are some key warning signs of a heart attack or stroke?
Yeah, so actually a lot of heart attack signs can be mistaken for indigestion or overeating. So you want to be cautious when you have these sort of things. Now, the classic sudden onset, heavy pressure in the middle of your chest, unexpected shortness of breath. But some people have more subtle signs. It could be jaw pain, neck pain, your upper stomach or your upper back, sometimes sweating and nausea. There's lots of different things that can be mimics of other things, but actually be cardiac type pain. Now, stroke symptoms are very different. These would be troubles with balance, weakness in parts of your body, like drooping on one side of your face, one-sided arm or leg weakness, or sudden speech or vision difficulty. Anything like that, you want to call 911 right away and get help.
Reducing the risk is key. How do people go about reducing the risk of a heart attack or stroke this holiday season?
Yeah, I think the first step is just being aware that this is a peak time. And as always, you should be watching out for those signs and symptoms, especially if you're someone at higher risk. And then to protect yourself, protect your loved ones during the holiday, just simple things, watching your diet, limiting your alcohol intake, and trying to lower your stress as best we can. We'll talk about that shortly. It's not always easy. You don't have to cut everything out, but moderation is key.
We're talking with Dr. Ben Weston for a weekly wellness check. Dr. Weston, some people like to use the holiday break to rest. Easier said than done, I know, in some cases. But for those people who do get a chance to rest, how much rest is too much?
Yeah, so when it comes to rest, one of the ways to kind of think about it is trying to get restorative rest. And so these are activities that recharge us physically, mentally, emotionally. They actually energize and refresh us more than just kind of laying on the couch watching TV. And these are things like connecting with others, engaging in creative hobbies that do more than just laying around.
What kinds of activities should we be doing if we really want to rest and recharge?
Yes, there's a lot of activities that have been shown to kind of quiet the areas of the brain associated with sadness or anxiety or those ruminating thoughts that can happen around holidays. So some examples, walking outside, seeing nature can reduce areas of the brain associated with sadness, activity in areas of the brain associated with sadness and anxiety. Also creative activities, playing an instrument, making artwork. These significantly lower cortisol, that's the stress hormone, and can leave us feeling more relaxed. Some other activities to think about: meditation, painting, knitting, cycling, even photography. It's really anything that allows us to be present, to be engaged. These mindful activities, they actually give your mind a break from everything else that's running through it and help you feel restored, not just relaxed.
There are some people, however, who find it very difficult to rest and unwind. Any advice for those people?
This is true. This might sound familiar to many of us. It's common for people to not be able to experience that restorative rest. But and there's a term for this, leisure guilt. You may feel like you fall into this. So we feel distressed or, uncomfortable taking time to relax. We feel like there's always something to be doing and we should be doing it, whether it's around the house or at work. or whatever it is. Now, one way to overcome this is to shift your perspective and kind of redefine what productive means, because true productivity includes rest, because it's improving your focus. It improves your creativity and certainly your emotional resilience. So try to balance what you normally would see as productivity with that restorative rest as well.
I like it. Always good advice. That's Dr. Ben Weston with our weekly wellness check. Thank you so much, Dr. Weston, and Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas to you too. Have a great holiday.
You've seen us around town, volunteering, supporting events, and showing up where it matters. At Waterstone Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. The money you deposit stays local, helping small businesses, creating jobs, and supporting home ownership. It's banking from the community for the community. Visit your local branch or WSBOnline.com to see how we're building a stronger southeastern Wisconsin, one neighbor at a time. Waterstone Bank, member FDIC.
Don't wait too long to finish your shopping. Wrap it all up at Fleet Farm now. This week only, holiday snack trays are 25% off. For your furry friends, buy one, get one 50% off all Kong treats and toys. Pop into Toyland for 40% off select toys for the kids. Plus, don't miss Milwaukee Deal Days, happening right now at Fleet Farm, the home of last-minute gifting for everyone on your list. And for even more ideas, check out our gift guides at fleetfarm.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at the Neil Group. So, the holidays are almost here. While Santa is checking his list, maybe you can check the IRS off of your list. Don't let the IRS be Scrooge this year and end up with a lump of coal in your stocking. The IRS seems to have a knack for knocking you down just when you are getting back up. Imagine having your bank account wiped out or your paycheck being short because the IRS is taking money out to pay your back taxes. Get your head out of the sand and plan to take care of your issues and control the situation instead of letting it control you. Nothing is going to change if you don't take action. We can help you get the IRS off your back to alleviate additional stress during the holiday season. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit neilgroup.net. You earned it, we help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
Guess what time it is, everybody? It's time to track Santa.
Yes, indeed.
Looks like he is headed for Finland right now. In 15 seconds, he is going to be on the rooftops in Finland to go down those chimneys and deliver those gifts.
If you're wondering, well, how do they know where he is? Well, we have the NORAD Santa Tracker. NORAD, not just a follower of intercontinental ballistic missiles, they also, once a year, keep an eye on Santa's whereabouts, because you got to know when he's going to be getting to our neck of the woods so everyone can get to sleep, because he doesn't show up if you're spying from the living room.
Yeah, I didn't make that up. I wasn't like, oh, Santa is in Finland. NORAD has been doing this, tracking Santa for 70 years. And NORAD also says his path is unpredictable. He doesn't take the same path every year.
Yeah, I just saw him go over St. Petersburg, Russia, and then made a hard right to go back over to Estonia.
Whoa, a hard right. Make sure all those presents stay in there. Stay in that sleigh, in those bags. All right, we will be tracking Santa throughout the show here, but just wanted to give you a quick update for the kiddos. It's 1:28 coming up next, local news and national headlines.
Hey, I've got a perfect holiday gift for everyone on your list. It's from the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I know everyone loves a free world-class dinner. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every single night, every night. Buy a $100 gift card and receive an additional $20 gift card for free. Buy $250, get $50 free. Buy $500, get $125 in free gift cards. Great gifts. Great stocking stuffers. Fox and Hound's gift cards are wonderful holiday gifts for family, friends, loyal employees, key clients. Your company saves hundreds of dollars, and you're a superstar with this gift. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com, and your gift cards will arrive shortly. You just got to check out the Fox and Hounds holiday lights and decorations. Super special. They're gorgeous. They're magical, and it's just off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. Enjoy a cocktail and free dinner tonight, and order your free holiday gift cards online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Looking for a place where independence meets convenience?
Discover independent living at St. Camillus in Wauwatosa. Enjoy beautiful apartment homes, a pool, hot tub, fitness center, chef-prepared meals, and a calendar full of social activities every day. From now until the end of the year, St. Camillus is taking $40,000 off select apartment styles. Schedule a tour today at stcam.com. St. Camillus, where everything you need is right down the hall.
When you give to St. Vincent de Paul Society of Milwaukee, you give hope to our neighbors in need. This Christmas season and throughout the year, we support anyone who needs a meal or help stocking their pantry. Your financial gift helps eliminate hunger and stop food insecurity. Please give much needed support to our Milwaukee neighbors. Learn more at svdpmilw.org.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
It's 1:30. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Wednesday, December 24th. I'm Jessica Ty. Your top story, tapping a new judge for Milwaukee County.
I'm Adam Roberts. Changing course in Green Bay Public Schools.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. California Governor Gavin Newsom has proclaimed a state of emergency in Southern California where heavy rains have already triggered flood warnings. Burn-scarred areas like Altadena are concerned about the special risk of mudslides, something this business owner knows all too well.
The mud does all the damage. Last time that we flooded out, we were 3 months digging out of the mud.
Weather's blamed for one death in California in a car wreck in Sacramento County. The Justice Department now says the FBI and the Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office have uncovered over 1 million more documents potentially relating to Jeffrey Epstein. It says they may take a few more weeks to review and make redactions. Critics have already criticized the pace as too slow. The American Academy of Pediatrics is suing the Department of Health and Human Services for cutting nearly $12 million of its federal public health funding, saying it was retaliation for speaking out against the department's policies. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 131.
Governor Tony Evers is appointing an assistant district attorney to the Milwaukee County Circuit Court.
Owen Petrowski has been selected to fill the vacancy as Judge Jeffrey Wagner steps down. Petrowski has worked in the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office since 2014. Over the last 3 years, he's been the team captain of the firearms unit, where he supervises a team of prosecutors in non-fatal shooting cases. Petrowski will finish out Judge Wagner's term, which runs through July of 2027. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
In Green Bay, the public school district there axing a plan to install weapon detectors inside high schools. The school board voting against the proposal earlier this week. Some members citing concerns about the cost of the machines. The plan to install a weapon detection system had been introduced in an effort to beef up security. Earlier this year, the Green Bay School Board passed a measure requiring students use clear backpacks. This after a loaded gun was found inside a backpack at Preble High School.
The superintendent hired to lead the Chippewa Falls School District will be leaving behind troubled times in Sun Prairie.
Dr. Brad Sarin has led the Sun Prairie School District since 2015, a period marked by multiple scandals. In 2022, a teacher resigned after being accused of recording students in a bathroom. In 2023, a former school resource officer was arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a student. In 2025, another district administrator was arrested in a separate misconduct case, prompting outside investigation. Earlier this year, district leaders voted no confidence in Sarin's leadership. Sarin begins at Chippewa Falls July 1st of next year. Nazir Spencer, WTMJ News.
A TV actor with ties to Wisconsin, Pat Finn, has died after a lengthy battle with cancer. Finn's family confirming he passed away Monday at his home in Los Angeles. Finn graduated in 1987 from Marquette University, where he played rugby with comedic great Chris Farley. Finn went on to have roles on multiple TV shows, including Seinfeld, The Middle, Friends, and That 70s Show. Finn was 60 years old.
Many people across the Badger State are hoping to hit it big in tonight's Powerball drawing.
I just have certain lucky numbers in my head. Like I like 3, 5, 7, 12, 14. I have certain numbers that I want to play.
I need the money. I would pay off my student loan debt.
The Powerball jackpot is up to $1.7 billion, making it one of the largest in lottery history. Your odds of winning? Just 1 in 292 million.
So
Good
you're
luck,
saying
though.
There's a chance.
There's a chance. A little one. A slim chance.
Sports, traffic, and weather on the way next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 134.
What's up, Prochachos? Ready for an epic Stranger Things watch party?
Grab a tasty slice of Stranger Things Surfer Boy pizza. It's the tubular frozen pizza that tastes like it came straight from Hawkins to your oven.
Whoa, this pie? Totally righteous.
With 4 bodacious flavors, you're sure to find one that totally rocks. Plus, you can collect the wicked limited edition sticker that comes in each box.
Now that my taste buds are upside down, let's get this watch party started.
Stranger Things Surfer Boy pizza. Grab your gang and fuel up for one last adventure.
You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's your turn to enjoy life your way. At Capri Communities, they offer vibrant senior living where neighbors become friends, and each day brings something to smile about.
Well, it's breakfast with the boys, and then bingo is at 3 in the afternoon. I lost that super lady I lived with for 60 years, but have found a home and doing well. The accommodations, the facilities, it's been a pleasure.
Find your perfect new home at capricommunities.com.
Vince Vitrano here. Don't let your hard-earned vision benefits go to waste. Get new eyewear at Shopco Optical. Now is the time to use up your FSA funds and insurance dollars before they expire December 31st. Whether you need new glasses, contacts, prescription sunglasses, or an eye exam, now is the time to visit Shopco Optical. Shopco's knowledgeable team will guide you through every step, making sure you get the most from your pre-tax dollars. Don't wait. Call or visit shopco.com to schedule today.
You should be listening to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty each weekday.
So we now have 9 candidates on the Democratic side running for governor.
Yeah. But if you missed us, catch up anytime with our Wisconsin's Midday News podcast.
So you got Brian Windhorst saying Giannis has to be traded to the Knicks in the offseason. You've got Shams Charania saying that there's an open dialogue about Giannis's future.
Powered by Signing Unlimited. It's signing and a whole lot more.
Time for a WTMJ Sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Keeping our eye on the practice field in Green Bay. We're just a few days out from Packers-Ravens with some playoff implications on the line at Lambeau Field. Jordan Love remains in the concussion protocol. He is practicing today, taking some reps, throwing to his wideouts. No sign of Malik Willis. He's out today with what the team's calling an illness. He is also suffering from that shoulder injury he sustained in the loss to the Bears. Also, another quarterback taking reps today, Clayton Tune, being called up from the practice squad. He's taking QB2 reps today for Green Bay. Also not practicing today, Bo Melton, offensive lineman Zach Tom, Christian Wells, and as mentioned, Malik Willis. Packers-Ravens Saturday at Lambeau Field. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. And the Bucs get back to winning ways on the road in Indiana, 111-94. The road trip continues Friday against the Grizzlies. Our coverage will start Friday evening at 7 here on your home of the Bucs, WTMJ.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. And I'll tell you what, if we did not have this newer construction zone on 94, we would be golden on this Christmas Eve. There was a little bit of slowing about an hour ago. It wasn't bad. A little bit of slowing around the ballpark. It's still not terrible, but I'm now seeing a little bit of red on 94 West around the ballpark. Just a little bit. Won't take you long to get through it, but it just kind of makes me laugh because if we didn't have those construction barrels out there, there'd be just about nothing on the roads.
Thanks, DOT.
Yeah, so heads up there. Once you get past the ballpark, though, as you're heading out to the burbs on 94, you'll be okay.
Of a white Christmas.
Well, no snow will be falling in Wisconsin for Christmas. But you know where snow is falling right now?
Where's that?
As we bring in Lauren Larson, meteorologist over at TMJ4. Lauren, we've been tracking Santa.
Yeah.
And Santa just dropped off the presents for the kiddos in Romania. And I checked out the weather there because I knew you weren't going to be tracking the weather around the world. So I couldn't ask you that question. In Romania right now, 34 degrees, so not too much different, a little cooler than us, but light snow. They have a little bit of snow where Santa just dropped off the gifts.
Oh, fun. That makes it feel so magical.
It does. And what do we have left here? I think there's a little bit of snert in some spots, but man, we melted a lot off.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just feels like it's been melting since Sunday, I would say. Our temperatures about 40 degrees right now. Not great for the snow. Lots of grass out there and not necessarily feeling like Christmas Eve. But that's okay. That means that travel is pretty nice. We're seeing cloudy skies and mild temperatures today. As we go overnight tonight, there could be a little bit of rain, mainly south of Milwaukee, so more so along the Illinois border, but that's really just a little bit of rain. Most of the roads are heavily treated by now, so I don't think that that's going to freeze over. Temperatures expected really to stay above freezing tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting, Lauren. I'm taking a look at right now the USDA Forest Service snow depth map, and yeah, our part of Wisconsin is all gray. Everything's gone. As Jessica mentioned, it's basically snert or dead grass. But that's not to say Wisconsin, the state, is devoid of snow completely. If you head up north, if your travel plans are to take you to, correct me if I'm wrong, the Wausau-Eau Claire area north of Highway 29, there's at least some snow around still.
Yeah, I would say they haven't gotten as warm as we have been the last couple of days, and they had a few little clipper systems over the past week or so that brought them a light dusting. Absolutely, if you're headed north at all, it should be snowier than it is here in the city.
So we do not have too much to worry about, but as we look at the forecast, I think everybody, we've been talking so much about the forecast for Christmas, and then if we focus on after Christmas, it looks like there's kind of a chance of some showers. You might have people who are saying, okay, that sweater doesn't fit me, or I love this, but that is not my color. I need it in a different color. Maybe running out to the malls to make some returns, doing some other things as they enjoy the day off on Friday. The chance of rain in the morning, is that low, or?
It's pretty likely that we do see some rain Friday morning. I don't think it should be too impactful as far as those plans. I think it'll clear out well before noon. So if you are worried about the roads, maybe Friday afternoon, is a little bit better. Saturday looks to be fine too. And then another chance for rain on Sunday. So no snow in the forecast, but at least those temperatures are pretty warm. We're sitting above normal, 40s or upper 30s for Christmas Day, and then low 40s for Friday and Saturday and into Sunday.
I did see the word mix, though, in your forecast for Sunday. Slight chance of a mix. But does that mean we could get a little bit messy? Maybe, possibly? Just kind of like, a slight chance, like you have a slight chance of winning the Powerball jackpot tonight? Very slight?
I think the chance of seeing mix is better than the chance of winning the Powerball tonight.
I think you're right.
Right now, it looks like we're going to hit our high temperature on Sunday, probably around 9 a.m., and then our temperatures get a little bit colder later into the day. So then we have the potential to see that mix. It depends really how fast that rain clears out. If it does kind of hang around a little bit longer, doing the Midwest goodbye, then we might see some mix in with that.
I felt that in my soul as you said Midwest goodbye. I think we've all have dealt at one point in our lives with it. Hey, Lauren, real quick, looking in the way ahead machine, a week from today is New Year's Eve, and another one of those days where people are going to be out and about, whether you're going out to a bar, whether you're going to a party, or if you're just staying at home still interested. Do we have any outlook yet, or is it still too early to tell?
Well, as we look a week out, that would be next Wednesday. Still pretty mild, upper 20s, low 30s. So normal for this time of year. But then the first couple of days of the new year right now look to be pretty cold. So we may have another cold snap with those highs in the teens as we get into the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of 2026.
Okay, Lauren.
I had to think about it.
Yeah, right. I know it's all of a sudden you have to remind yourself to say 2026, or if you're one of those people who's writing a check. I don't know the last time you wrote a check, Lauren, but if to actually write 2026, it takes a while to get used to that.
Yeah,
I only write a check for the
checks,
property tax bill.
I write a little my notebook, my forecast notebook in front of me. I do put 12, 24, 2025 on it. So there will be a few scribbled 2025s out.
Yeah, that's me too. It's dating. It's always with the dating. And it takes me a while too. I'm always shocked when I'm in February and still finding myself going, wait a minute. Nope. That was last year.
Okay, real quick before we let you go, Lauren, are you playing the Powerball?
No, I don't think so. I never have. When it gets big, somebody here organizes like an office pool.
Sure.
And sometimes I throw a couple bucks in, but I hasn't been on my radar here today.
It is $1.7 billion. So we're just letting you know, just in case.
You've got time
you
to
want
change
get
your
on in that
mind.
office pool and they haven't gone out and bought the tickets yet.
Yeah, wow.
$1.7 billion. All right, thank you so much, Lauren Larson. We appreciate it. Meteorologist over at TMJ4. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Yes, Merry Christmas, guys. Thanks for calling.
It's 1:44 coming up next, the Year in Review.
Hey, fellas, are you feeling off of your game? If you feel like something is holding you back, connect with the medical professionals at Game Day Men's Health. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Game Day Men's Health helps guys regain their youthful edge with hormone replacement, vitamin therapy, personalized weight loss plans, plus EPAT therapy, which I've used for injuries such as plantar fasciitis or tennis elbow. And it's all under the care of experienced medical professionals. A free consultation at their clinic in Brookfield, Shorewood, Germantown, or Delafield. Game Day Men's Health. Get back in the game.
Need new appliances for the holiday season? Menards is the place to shop. We have appliances ready to take home today. Whether you want new laundry appliances or need upgrades for your kitchen, you'll be sure to find appliances that'll make your life easier. Visit our excellent in-stock appliance selection today. Plus, check out Menards.com to view all of our great deals happening this week.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy 1, 2, or a set of 4. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street, and Griffin Ford Waukesha. The $1 deal at Griffin. Make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
Turn that office gathering into something bold, fun, and completely unexpected. A unique, unforgettable celebration at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center in Kenosha, where safety and education always come first. Whether it's a corporate event, team outing, or family get-together, Mission 94 delivers. Private range access for your group, expert instructions from trained professionals, and customizable catering. Make this season one to remember with the gift of education at Mission 94. Book your holiday event today. Just Google Mission 94.
Oh, I love this song.
Vince Guaraldi, timeless book definition.
Peanuts. My husband, who's in his 40s, still loves watching all the holiday specials.
Well, then I would recommend for your husband and anyone else who likes Vince Guaraldi music around this time of year to listen to WTMJ's Year in Review coming up after Wisconsin's Midday News, because I do like to use some of the Peanuts music as bump-in music, so something to look forward to.
Good stuff. Just makes you feel like it's the holidays, and indeed it is right now. Thanks for joining us on Christmas Eve, everybody. During the show today, we've been taking a minute at a time to look back at the year. Different categories, no order, just the moments that mattered. And I put the categories into a grab bag. Adam
Quite literally.
Adam pulled out the first one during our first hour of the show, and I can't believe you. The first one he pulled out deaths.
Okay, well,
the first one.
I was being honest. I didn't look in. I don't want to cheat. That's
but
not
here's
fun.
the thing. So we've gone past that one. Here's the bag.
All right, thank you. Yes.
Here we go.
Shout
Taking
out
another one.
All right, here we go. Again, for everyone watching, not looking in the bag. This is completely random, pulling out a topic. And, all right, better, not deaths. Sports. We like sports, and we don't care who knows.
Sports. Well, we were really hoping the Milwaukee Brewers would make it to the World Series this year and take the title. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Had it happened, the Brewers would have made the sports year in review. Maybe next year.
Pro sports and illegal gambling.
We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud.
An NBA head coach, a current and former player were arrested, and allegations shook baseball.
Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz rigged pitches.
Baseball ruled the disgraced shoeless Joe Jackson and Pete Rose are eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Obviously, a person no longer with us cannot represent a threat to the integrity of the game.
The World Series went to extra innings in Game 7.
The Dodgers stand tall and win back-to-back titles.
The Eagles flew past the Chiefs in Super Bowl 59.
The Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia.
On the ice, Florida made it 2 Stanley Cups in a row.
The Panthers begin to celebrate.
In Oklahoma City, they celebrated a title.
The Thunder have taken the NBA by storm.
Outrage in Dallas over the trade of superstar Luka Doncic to the LA Lakers.
It's unforgivable to trade a player of his caliber.
Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Ooh, real quick, breaking news, by the way, Santa. He was last spotted in Athens, Greece.
Ooh.
Actually, right before that, just 2 seconds ago, I saw he was in Santorini. So he's flying over all of those beautiful white buildings with the blue tops. He's headed for Turkey next. So we are tracking Santa with NORAD.
Oh, yes.
You know what? We have a little bit of time. During the last hour, we only had time for one of these. But we've got 9 different categories.
9 categories.
How about that? Why don't you grab into that grab bag one more time?
Will do, Jessica. All right, topic number 3. It's a pretty generic one. I'm going to leave you to this, how we'll handle it. The world.
All right, let's take you around the world in 1 minute. Here are the biggest stories of 2025 across the globe.
Thousands attend the funeral of Pope Francis, dead at 88. And then we have a Pope, Leo XIV, the first American Pope, continuing his predecessor's focus on the poor. A mass shooting at a Hanukkah festival on Australia's Bondi Beach kills more than a dozen people, injures dozens more, and leaves many Australian Jews fearing their government failed to keep them safe. In Britain, taping before a live BBC audience interrupted by this.
Prince Andrew will no longer be Prince Andrew.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor losing his last royal titles and his Windsor mansion over his links to Jeffrey Epstein. In Paris, crown jewels worth $100 million stolen from the Louvre Museum. Prosecutors say there's still no sign of the jewels. And in Basel, Switzerland, Austria won Eurovision 2025, but several nations boycotting Eurovision 2026 over Israel's inclusion. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
All right, I have the bag. I'm going to shake it up some more because we've now done 3 of these, right? I took the bag back. I'm shaking it up. Shake it up. 2 hands, left hand, right hand.
Shimmy shake,
Should I
shimmy
be like
shake.
the Globetrotters and woo? All right, there you go.
It's hard to do those whistle high notes. All right, so yeah, thoroughly shooketh. Let's reach on in.
Shake it up.
All right. Well, we do have a pretty tough one we have to navigate, but it was an important story of 2025. That is political violence.
Ah, yeah. The fact that political violence is one of the categories this year is a sad state, but it's reality. Here's a review of the attacks in 2025.
Political violence intensified in 2025, part of a worrisome trend that University of Chicago scholar Robert Pape has dubbed
the era of violent populism in America.
A Pew survey found 85% of Americans believe political violence is rising. Another finding, partisans were certain the other political party was more dangerous and violence-prone than theirs. There were numerous harrowing examples: the assassination of one Minnesota lawmaker and her spouse, and the shooting of another Minnesota lawmaker and his spouse. The assassination on a Utah college campus of conservative grassroots activist Charlie Kirk. A late-night arson attack on the governor's mansion in Pennsylvania, where Democrat Josh Shapiro, his wife, and children were sleeping. After the Kirk assassination, Utah's Republican Governor Spencer Cox had this warning.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that the future of our country is at stake.
Governor Shapiro, a victim himself, said the country is at a tipping point.
We need the rhetoric of vengeance to end.
Major Garrett, CBS News, Washington.
Okay, I'm throwing the flag down because I was going to have that one be our last one for this hour, but I cannot end this hour on political violence. So shake it up. Take your pick, Adam. Let's get one more.
Let's give him one more and
one more,
that
1 minute for the year in review.
Yes, all right. Back into it. Ooh, this one should have some local angles. I know we'll talk a lot of national, but weather. Weather definitely had an impact here.
Mother Nature made a big impact in 2025, including right here in southeastern Wisconsin. Historic rains hit in August, bringing damaging floods to homes, businesses, even the state fair. That was our big weather story. These were the top weather stories of 2025 across the country.
The year began with Arctic cold in many places, including Washington, D.C., where Inauguration Day festivities were moved indoors, disappointing many.
We found out that it was being moved indoors. I was looking forward to going.
Dozens of lives were lost and thousands of homes and businesses were destroyed by massive wildfires in Southern California in late January.
I just wanted to see if anything's left.
43 people died in a record-setting tornado outbreak in March across the Midwest and eastern U.S.
I called my husband crying and told him that a tornado just come through.
There were 13 named storms during this year's Atlantic hurricane season, including Chantal, that dumped flooding rain across the East Coast.
Even if I move back here, I have nothing left.
There was epic 4th of July flooding in the hill country of central Texas. At least 135 died, including dozens at a girls' summer camp.
It's just terrifying.
Farmers in several parts of the country dealt with record dry conditions.
The drought is like nothing I've ever seen, for sure.
And once again this year, much of the nation saw hotter than normal temperatures. Jim Krasula, CBS News.
If you think about our big weather story with the historic rain and the flooding in August, there are some people in our area still dealing with the aftermath of that.
Yeah, we just had a story, I think, the other day on Wisconsin's Afternoon News about that right here in Milwaukee, which, in case you forgot, 14.5 inches of rain, which is a new all-time record for a 24-hour window.
I will never forget seeing people on the roads right outside of American Family Field, just on the flooded roads, people on top of their cars, and then so many drivers that went through. I was like, what are you doing? I know it was dark, though, and I know in some cases it can be hard to see flooded roads when it's dark, but that was just a scene I never thought I would see.
Still played a game, too, and Brewers won, by the way, over the Mets that day.
1:56 is your time right now. Coming up next, we'll check in with top local news.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
There are some things in this world that are both free and priceless at the same time, like your grandma's Christmas cookies or a spectacular sunset. When it comes to home buying, AccuNet's rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval is both free, even though it's more work on our part than a slapdash bank pre-approval. And when it comes to making sure your home buying journey doesn't include any chest-clutching surprises and avoidable mistakes, it's also priceless. Sellers and listing agents recognize AccuNet's rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval as the gold standard of our industry. Not just because of our $2,000 guarantee, but because they know we've done our homework and that you're the real deal, especially if you need a bridge loan to buy that next home. You'll also like that our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 lower than banks and the mortgage folks with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Get started with your free, yet priceless, rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval today by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
Gift cards from the amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford make great holiday gifts, as everyone loves a delicious breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Buy a $100 gift card and get a $20 gift card free. It's easy. Order online at mineshaftRestaurant.com.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select STIHL tools. Shop online or in-store at STIHLUSA.com. That's STIHLUSA.com.
We get it. You're on the go, and life gets in the way. Stay up to date on all things WTMJ with podcasts of every show. Available on WTMJ.com. And don't forget you can stream WTMJ online and watch your favorite WTMJ shows on YouTube. Every show, when you want it, no matter where you are. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group. Time flies when you're running your business. It's getting to be the end of the year. How are you doing? Are your books in order? Do you know what your tax liability is going to be? It's never too early to start planning, but it can be too late. How does the new tax law affect you? Should you be doing anything to take advantage of the changes? Many business owners ask us what is one thing they can do to make sure they are not leaving money on the table. No one wants to pay more taxes than they have to. We often hear, "I didn't know I could do that." Call us now to see what you can do before it's too late. The first meeting is free. Call 414-325-2040 now. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040, or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 2 o'clock. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Wednesday, December 24th. I'm Jessica Ty. Your top story, new details revealed in the Epstein files.
I'm Adam Roberts. Helpful tips for combating that holiday stress.
Mostly cloudy today. We do have a chance for late rain, but it will be light. High of 40 degrees today, and we're right there. Just hit 40 at overcast. Tonight, cloudy with patchy drizzle. We'll dip down to 34 degrees for the low. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Justice Department says there are even more documents it will have to sit through before it completes its release of the Epstein files. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has the latest.
The Justice Department now says the FBI and the Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office have uncovered over 1 million more documents that potentially relate to the Epstein case. The department says attorneys are working around the clock, but it might take a few more weeks to review these documents and make legally required redactions. Critics have said the administration has been too slow to release the Epstein files and has wrongly blacked out the names of government officials and of potential co-conspirators referenced by them in internal emails.
CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarland will join us coming up at 2:37 today. He just received a statement from one of the Epstein survivors. He'll reveal what it said.
Back in Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers appointing an assistant district attorney to the Milwaukee County Circuit Court. Owen Petrowski selected to fill the vacancy as Judge Jeffrey Wagner steps down at the end of this month. Petrowski has worked in the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office since 2014. He's also been the team captain of the Firearms Unit, where he supervises a team of prosecutors in non-fatal shooting cases. Petrowski will finish out Judge Wagner's term, which runs through July of 2027.
Transportation plans for the Milwaukee County Transit System are now finalized for next year.
An additional $5 million in funding from the county board helped save 6 bus routes that were originally going to be cut next year. Those routes will now operate during peak hours, along with a reduced version of the same-day paratransit service. Meanwhile, MCTS's winter service plan will reduce the frequency on 16 routes starting in January. Then in March, 5 more routes will see service reductions and shortened route lengths. At the start of the new year, bus fares will also increase to $2.75. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Despite our best efforts, stress can crop up during the holiday season, and people can experience stress when their regular routine is disrupted this time of year. Therapist Megan Anderson on Wisconsin's Afternoon News shares how people can find calm when family events get overwhelming.
I know this is going to be a big picture sort of question, but if you can find a moment of quiet for yourself and just ask yourself right now, really what matters to me, and figure out what that first thing is that comes to mind, I think leaning into that could be really helpful.
Anderson with the also helpful reminder that not everything has to be perfect during the holidays, and it's always helpful to set boundaries.
The U.S. economy grew by 4.3% last quarter, the fastest pace in 2 years. But not all Americans feel that positivity. Economists say headline growth does not tell the whole story. News Nation's Natasha Zuvez.
Disposable income growth dropped to zero last quarter, meaning paychecks are not keeping up with the cost of living. Inflation is running at 2.7%, which is still above the Fed's target. That continues to put pressure on household budgets. But that did not stop shopping this holiday season. Holiday retail spending rising 4.2%.
President Trump blames current issues with the economy on Democrats.
News about your money now. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Stocks are closed for trading today, wrapping up with a half day on this Christmas Eve. And every one of the big three ending the day in the green. The Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500 all up around 0.25% to 0.5% on the day. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
The Packers Challenge coming up Saturday night. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is coming up on 2:05.
You don't need a massive walk-in to have a beautiful, organized closet.
Tired of wasted space? Or that pile of shoes that's always hiding behind your closet door?
Abracadabra!
Inspired Closets is the expert at doubling or even tripling your storage space instantly.
It's like magic, but better, because it's custom designed for you.
We make it easy and affordable and transform your space regardless of its size or scope.
Get started today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
When you give to St. Vincent de Paul Society of Milwaukee, you give hope to our neighbors in need. This Christmas season and throughout the year, we support anyone who needs a meal or help stocking their pantry. Your financial gift helps eliminate hunger and stop food insecurity. Please give much needed support to our Milwaukee neighbors. Learn more at svdpmilw.org.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Wisconsin State Fair tickets are on sale for just $13. Plus, get ready to deliver holiday bundles packed with State Fair favorites at the lowest price of the season. Get yours today at wistatefair.com before they're gone. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 6th through 16th.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. It'll be Packers, it'll be Ravens, it'll be Lambeau Field on Saturday night this week. Both teams entering the contest in a certain state of injury. The Packers, quarterback 1 and quarterback 2, both in some sort of injury. Love's dealing with a concussion protocol still. Meanwhile, backup Malik Willis not even practicing today. The team says it's due to illness, but he's also still suffering from that shoulder injury in the loss to the Bears. Quarterback Clayton Tune also taking the field today for Green Bay, practicing in the QB2 role. Meanwhile, on the opposite end, it'll be the Ravens defense head coach Matt LaFleur is most focused on.
They're massive, and they do a great job of staying square, playing blocks, tough to move. I think they're physical on the perimeter, on their edges. Obviously, their backers are very physical too, and you see it with their secondary. So it's one of the more physical defenses out there.
There'll be playoff implications Saturday night as well. A win nets Green Bay a playoff spot. They can also get in if the Lions fall to the Vikings on Christmas Day. That game, one of 3 slated for Christmas, including Dallas, Washington, and Denver and Kansas City. And the Bucs will hope for another road win on the weekend when they go over to Memphis to face the Grizzlies. Bucs getting a win last night over Indiana, 111-94, only their 4th road win of the season.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We do have delays, despite it being a very slow day on the roads on this Christmas Eve. Just in a little part, our construction zone on I-94 West, right around the ballpark. I did take note last time that all of a sudden it was getting a little bit slower than it was earlier, which surprised me a bit. But guess what? We actually have a disabled vehicle on the exit to 35th Street from I-94 East. So sometimes people see things on the other side and they kind of slow it down.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that has something to do with it. Just a disabled vehicle, though I don't actually see any slowing on 94 East where that disabled vehicle is, however. But right after that, that is where the slowdowns begin. Right around the ballpark. It won't be slow for long once you get past the ballpark. Once you get past the Blocky Drive, you're good to go. I hope your travels, if you are traveling today, are safe. It looks like we're doing okay otherwise across the system here in southeastern Wisconsin.
As for your WTMJ forecast, if you have plans out and about tonight, there will be some patchy drizzle. You heard earlier from Storm Team 4 meteorologist Laura Larson, not overly concerned about the impacts on the roads as temperatures for most of us will stay above freezing. Officially, the low tonight of 34. Your Christmas Day, mostly cloudy, a high of 38. Morning rain possible on Friday, 42 the high, 43 on Saturday. We are watching for that slight chance of a rain-snow mix Sunday. High of 36, and then the temperatures take a dip into the evening. We'll be back down below freezing, and then looking pretty cold to end the month and heading into January. Right now, 40 degrees and cloudy in Milwaukee at 209.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Ty, and in for Greg Metzig, it's Adam Roberts.
It is 10 minutes after 2 o'clock on this Christmas Eve. Should we track him? Adam?
I think we're going to track him, Jessica.
Where is Santa now? I thought you were going to look. I can tell
right.
you it's
I'm
Sudan.
Sorry. Not a problem. Yes, he is over Sudan, right about the central part of the country, working his way west right now. But as we said earlier, his route can change at the drop of a Santa hat. So who knows where he could be next?
I see what you did there. It's been kind of interesting, too, because I like as we track through NORAD, by the way, who's been tracking Santa for 70 years now. It's been kind of interesting since we don't have any snow falling on this Christmas Eve, and we won't have snow falling tomorrow. I was curious where Santa is during his travels, where it is snowing. And what was it, about an hour ago or so? He was in Romania, 34 degrees and light snow. So he was seeing some snow in Romania as he dropped off the kids.
But he's got to work in all kinds of conditions. I don't think they have a whole lot of snow in central Sudan right now, which just goes to show Santa is a jack of all trades, can work in any climate anywhere in the world.
And can I just clarify, Santa is not dropping off the kids. Santa is dropping off the presents for the kids. And
also, interestingly, NORAD tracks how many he has dropped off this year. More than $3.2 billion. Well, I had Powerball in the mind. 3.2 billion gifts delivered so far across the world.
That's awesome. He will be headed here to Wisconsin in just a bit. We've got another big hour for you coming up. A convicted judge is not backing down. Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan wants a new trial. So what happens next, and how hard is it to overturn a jury's verdict? We'll discuss with CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarland. And Christmas comes early in an unexpected place, the grocery store.
Here's your top 2 at 2 on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, a developing story today. This one's new. ICE documents reveal the Trump administration plans to hold thousands of immigrants in warehouses. The plan is to build some of those warehouses from the ground up and renovate others. CBS's Michael Wallace has the details.
The administration is seeking contractors to renovate warehouses across the country into large-scale holding centers. The Washington Post reviewed a draft solicitation, which says the new facilities will minimize costs, shorten processing times, and speed up the deportation process. 7 large warehouses would each hold 5,000 to 10,000 people. 16 smaller warehouses would hold up to 1,500 detainees each.
The warehouses would hold people before they're deported. The Department of Homeland Security declined to answer questions about this warehouse plan.
Number 2, a warning if you still have student loans out there. The Trump administration announcing that it will garnish wages of student loan borrowers that are in default.
The Department of Education says starting in January, notices will start going out to borrowers in default, which is defined as 270 days without making a payment. The process, called administrative wage garnishment, allows the department to order non-federal employers to withhold part of an employee's income for loan repayment. The Education Department says more than 5 million borrowers are in default and nearly 4 million are delinquent or or haven't made a payment in more than 90 days. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Yeah, I'll definitely say, as someone who still has quite a bit of student loans still out from when I graduated about 10 years ago, it's been a whirlwind of how much do you owe now versus how much do you owe a couple of years ago when we had the pandemic and the SAVE plan was out there. In fact, on my student loan service provider, when you open the website up, there's this big giant banner that always pops up and always annoys me that says, a reminder that the SAVE plan is now on hold. But oh yes, it's been on hold for like 2 years at this point. Thank you very much for that reminder. But a good reminder, as always, to stay on track of that. Even if you only pay the minimum, something is better than nothing.
Oh, gosh, yeah, that definitely helps. Got to win that Powerball.
$1.7 billion. That'll take care of it.
A Christmas Story coming up next. It's 2:14.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
Can you feel it? It's the thrill of witnessing a walk-off grand slam, maybe a game-winning touchdown or a buzzer-beating three. And there's only one place to experience that raw exhilaration. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for the beautiful Potawatomi Sportsbook. Catch all the action, all the games in an unbelievable space with dozens of sports betting kiosks. Great drinks, luxurious seating, great food, a wonderful atmosphere, and a monster 2,000-square-foot video wall at Potawatomi Sportsbook. More info online. Must be 21 years or older to enter the casino.
It is a Christmas Eve Wednesday, and everyone's got their holiday traditions. We've talked about it quite a bit here on WTMJ, walking up to the Christmas holiday. One of those traditions in some families is the reading of a Christmas story. And I'm not talking about the movie with Ralphie and shooting his eye out, but actual books and Christmas tales. Jessica, did you ever have a Christmas story your family read to you when you were growing up?
I don't really remember them sitting down and reading any particular Christmas tale in general, but when you ask me about books and Christmas, I think about the story that I had this big box. There was this big box under the tree. I don't remember how old I was. I was very curious. So I don't know. Say maybe I was 8 or 9. I'm not sure. So there was this big box, and it was so big. I was like, what is in that? I wanted to know so bad what was in it. So one day after school, I don't know if I was home alone or what the deal was. So maybe I was older than 8. And I decided I was going to very gently unpeel the corners just so I could see a little bit of the box. Just wanted to see a little bit of it. And so I started to take it away. And then it was just, I couldn't tell what it was because it was just a cardboard box. So I did all this work, and then I had to redo it, tape it back up and make it look real nice. And guess what it really was? At the end of the day, after all of that, after I tried to see early what it was the series of Encyclopedia Britannicas.
Oh,
and as a
that's
kid,
a classic.
Listen, it's a great resource, and we don't really have anything like that because everybody just goes to the internet these days. So I truly appreciate it, but at the time, as a kid, I didn't want encyclopedias. My mom was not reading them to me, though, by the way.
Okay. Well, I remember, so most people are familiar with the Polar Express movie with the animated kids whose eyes don't really move enough for animated eyes, etc. But I was read the actual book, the Polar Express book. And one of the things I remember about it was it came in a really special package because, spoiler alert, there is a Santa jingle bell that is an important part of that story. And the book package came with its own jingle bell for you to read, like an old school bell that would be on Santa's sleigh. So I always remember it was in a felt package and it had a plastic top you would take off. So I just remember that story that my parents read to me, or I could just read on my own time because also, spoiler alert, young Adam was a big fan of trains, and that stuck around for several years. Well, in the theme of Christmas stories, every year, our local paper, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, publishes a Christmas story, specifically their executive editor, Greg Borowski. He's been doing this for several years. This isn't just him at the paper in Milwaukee. He even did this at his last job in Lansing, Michigan.
Since 1996.
1996. So next year, I believe this is 30 total years now if you do the math, 96 to 2025. So I had Borowski in for Reporter's Notebook this week, and I had to ask how this all got started back in the mid-90s. And, of course, Ross Perot
was trying to write a Christmas note to folks, and had just finished, the presidential election year, which was a big to-do for us. It was one of the Ross Perot years, so I decided to write a story that was just more of a send-up of the election, kind of a humorous, offbeat thing in which Ross Perot was an elf who was trying to, reform Christmas and that things weren't working properly and all that sort of thing.
I will credit Greg with this. He did not do the whole when someone was a generation before you and is speaking to you about something from the past going, you young ones may not remember Ross Perot. Like, he did give me the benefit of the doubt there. I do know, yes, who Ross Perot is.
Can't you picture, though, Ross Perot as an elf?
A little
I could
bit.
picture it when he said that.
So that started this now 30-year tradition where Greg writes a story. And the story, as was published a few days ago in the paper, it's called The Santa Trap, A Story of Christmas. And I won't spoil it. I did read the full story. But what I will say is the story includes something I was curious about. What makes a story, it doesn't have to be Christmas, but what makes it rereadable? Because you can pick up any book you want, read it through once, and put it on the shelf and then not think about it for 5 years. But a special story is one, especially around the holidays, that you want to come back to. And here's what Greg shared with me.
Every time I'm writing a story, I try to avoid setting it in a specific year or even, you'll see very few in my stories. I think I have one reference maybe over the years to someone, having what would be a cell phone with them. Everything else is just, things that could have happened in an every when kind of situation.
And again, without spoiling the Santa Trap story for this year, I will say that is prevalent in this. This could be 1971, it could be 2024, and that's just left to your imagination to figure out.
I love that when you talk about rereading books. Especially depending on what book it is, and as an adult, that takes a real commitment to say, I liked this book so much, I'm going to go back and read it.
So if you want to hear more of our conversation I had with Greg Borowski, the executive editor at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, on his Christmas stories, that's coming up on Reporter's Notebook this Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on WTMJ.
Okay, Adam, breaking news here. I just got a text, and I was looking to see what it is, and it's my mother. She's listening. She says, don't you remember your dad and I would always read The Night Before Christmas in your yellow bedroom?
Aw, that's so sweet.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I don't remember. I guess I was too young. She says, I always remember because one night you couldn't go to sleep, and we went to check on you, and you said it was so hard to sleep with sugar plums dancing in your head.
That makes sense, though. We have a theme going on right now. Your mom's texting you during the show.
That's
My
right,
mom
your
is
mom
also
just texted
texting
you
me because we've been talking about the Powerball drawing tonight, $1.7 billion, by the way. And I got this one about a half hour ago. I just bought 5 Powerball tickets. If I win, I will share it with you, and everyone here should take note, and your coworkers.
What?
And that's in writing. So, Mom, you kind of just signed yourself up for something, and I'm going to hold you to it if you get the big win tonight.
Thank you, Mom Roberts.
Thank you,
How
Mama
about that?
Bergie.
Thinking about us.
All right.
Okay, I like that. All right, well, good luck if you're playing. And I'm sorry, Mom, that I do not remember that. I have a lot of great memories, though, just not that one. I must have been too young. Apparently, though, I had sugar plums dancing in my head.
Which it's hard to sleep when that's happening, as everyone knows.
It is 2:23 coming up next. A surprise at the supermarket. Is that Santa?
Planning for 2026 starts now. The best way to start is to reach out with your design ideas, and we'll work on putting together a winning game plan and design set for a 2026 install so you can enjoy hanging out next year on your beautiful new deck. And lock in on discounted pricing before the 2026 price increases. A great way to save money on your next project. Stop by our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha or visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
If someone you love needs extra support due to memory loss, you're not alone, and you don't have to go far to find the right care. At St. Camillus, the memory care team provides compassionate, personalized support in a secure and welcoming environment with engaging programming, exercise classes, happy hours, and baking demonstrations, creating a place your loved one can truly call home. St. Camillus is conveniently located in Wauwatosa, across from the Milwaukee County Zoo. Learn more at stcam.com. St. Camillus, where care, comfort, and community come together.
Hi, it's David Nason from The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Every Saturday morning, we talk about keeping your home in top shape. One issue I hear all the time, wet basements and foundation problems.
And that's where Accurate Basement Repair comes in. I'm Chris Mancuso, and for over 20 years, we've been The Fix-It Show's trusted experts in foundation repair and waterproofing.
Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Visit AccurateBasementRepair.com.
Accurate Basement Repair.
We're not just good, we're accurate. Catch Accurate Basement Repair on The Fix-It Show and WTMJ.com.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlands.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Richlands.
Christmas comes early for customers at a supermarket in Texas. ABC's Jim Ryan says it all started with a computer glitch.
When the cash registers went dark and the checkout line grew, the manager made an announcement.
Unfortunately, the computers are not coming back up right now.
Customers knew it couldn't be good, and then it was.
Everything that you have, we are going to bag you up, and we hope every one of you have a very Merry Christmas.
Belinda Brown is on a fixed income and couldn't believe it.
I had probably about 4 or 5 bags full of stuff because I've got grandkids coming.
Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
How lovely is that?
That's incredible. I know we're all trying, as we have our plans for this week, getting everything ready. We've had stories in the news about the stress, and I don't think there's any more than comes with it than prepping the meal sometimes. So this is just an act of good that's going to have a big impact.
Well, and you could see some stores where you have a computer glitch like this, everything goes dark, and you're like, okay, everybody, we're so sorry for the inconvenience. It's going to take us 10 minutes. It's going to take us this, or we're so sorry, we can't do anything about this. But these people are like, you know what? We can't do anything about it. We're going to bag this up. You can take those groceries home. And if you think about, I mean, when you get your receipts at the grocery store these days and you look to see the prices of things, I mean, it adds up. So that's great. I wonder if there were some people who are like, bag it up, grab another bag, stuff it in.
I think that's human nature. Yep, you hear, oh, free? It's free? All right, don't mind if I do. I do wonder, the skeptic in me is, and they don't name the supermarket in the story, but I'm hopeful that management isn't going to pull that whole, well, I know the employees did this, but we are going to have to come around, and that's going to come out of the bottom line. Like, just settle down. We don't need to ruin the story like that. Just let's make this be a good story, please.
I feel like you needed to make, if the manager wasn't there, I feel like you needed to make a call to the manager before you made that call.
That
send
is
everybody
a very
home with
good
free
point.
groceries.
Clear it with the person upstairs before you do that. That's a good point.
By the way, if there was somebody, 1 or 2 people doing that, stuff something more in the bag, it kind of, that visual gave me a visual of supermarket sweep. Did you ever see that show? Or
I don't think so.
That wasn't. It must have been before your time. It was so fun because it was this game show basically inside the supermarket. And you'd be running down the aisles to get what you need or to get as much as you could. It was just kind of fun.
I feel like I saw that once during the pandemic when the toilet paper rush was on at the Festival Foods in La Crosse.
I always remember Festival Foods. Oh, yeah? Those days in La Crosse, working in La Crosse.
Festival Foods.
Okay, time right now is 2:27. Coming up next, we have got your top local news and top national headlines as well. Stay with us.
And now, about your house. Eric Brown is the president of Siding Unlimited, your contractor for new windows, roofing, siding, decks, and a whole lot more. He knows about your house. So what do you know, Eric?
Recently, Siding Unlimited installed new windows in a home, and the homeowner loved the experience. Linda W. said, I was extremely satisfied with the service that was provided by Siding Unlimited. I had a new roof and new windows installed in my house. Linda loved that she chose the right company for peace of mind. She also loved the colors. Larry, another Siding Unlimited customer, was thrilled with the experience. Larry's home looks brand new. Go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page and see our pinned message to listen to Larry's testimonial, but also see his house. Again, Siding Unlimited, knocking it out of the park. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com. Definitely listen to Larry on Instagram at Siding Unlimited LLC.
Eric and his crews at Siding Unlimited are your go-to contractor here for roofing and also replacement windows, decks, and of course siding. They've done it all at the Matzik households over the years. It started with windows, transforming our 1953 Milwaukee home into something beautiful. And then, on our new house, brand new LP Smart Side siding. Built 8 years ago, our house still looks brand new. Make sure to connect with Eric about patio projects as well. They've expanded our outdoor living space to an area fit with a beautiful cedar pergola, paver patio, gas fire pit, and more. The best in lighting? I can control it from my phone. All there at Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. Take the next step and check them out at sidingunlimited.com. Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more.
We're coming up on 2:30. I'm Jessica Ty. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Wednesday, December 24th. Your top story, saying no to metal detectors at school.
I'm Adam Roberts. Don't forget about your heart health this holiday season.
Mostly cloudy today. We do have a chance for late rain, but it will be light. High of 40 degrees today, and guess what, everybody? We hit it. We hit the high. That's it. That's all we're getting for today. It is currently 40 degrees and overcast in downtown Milwaukee. Tonight, cloudy with patchy drizzle. We'll dip down to 34 degrees for our low on Christmas Eve.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Pope Leo's expected to focus on his message of peace as he celebrates his first Christmas Mass as pontiff. But ABC's Patrick Reevell at the foreign desk says the Pope is already disappointed that there's no peace in one conflict area.
The Pope saying that he was greatly saddened that Russia had refused a Christmas truce and appealing again for a ceasefire for at least 24 hours over Christmas around the world.
The Justice Department says that it has uncovered more than 1 million additional documents related to Jeffrey Epstein and that the process to release those files could take a few more weeks. Prominent Senate Democrats, including Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, are criticizing the delay, calling for the immediate release of files. California Governor Gavin Newsom has proclaimed a state of emergency for Southern California. Heavy rains are triggering flood warnings and fears of mudslides. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times 2:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Green Bay Public School District is axing a plan to install weapon detectors inside high schools. The school board voted against the proposal earlier this week, with some members citing concerns about the cost of the machines. The plan to install a weapon detection system was introduced to beef up security. Earlier this year, the Green Bay School Board passed a measure requiring students to use clear backpacks. That was after a loaded gun was found inside a backpack at one of the high schools.
Meanwhile, the superintendent hired to lead the Chippewa Falls School District leaves behind troubling times in Sun Prairie.
Dr. Brad Sarin has led the Sun Prairie School District since 2015, a period marked by multiple scandals. In 2022, a teacher resigned after being accused of recording students in a bathroom. In 2023, a former school resource officer was arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a student. In 2025, another district administrator was arrested in a separate misconduct case, prompting outside investigation. Earlier this year, district leaders voted no confidence in Sarin's leadership. Sarin begins at Chippewa Falls July 1st of next year. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Transportation plans for the Milwaukee County Transit System are now finalized for next year.
An additional $5 million in funding from the county board helped save 6 bus routes that were originally going to be cut next year. Those routes will now operate during peak hours, along with a reduced version of the same-day paratransit service. Meanwhile, MCTS's winter service plan will reduce the frequency on 16 routes starting in January. Then in March, 5 more routes will see service reductions and shorten route lengths. At the start of the new year, bus fares will also increase to $2.75. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
As the holiday season continues, plenty of families will be putting together some big meals, especially tonight and for Christmas Day. But there's a high risk to your cardiac health that comes with the holiday season as well. Milwaukee County's Chief Health Policy Advisor, Dr. Ben Weston, telling WTMJ excessive food and drink needs to be watched over the next couple of days.
Studies have shown that more cardiac deaths can occur on December 25th than any other day of the year. And it's followed by December 26th and then January 1st. So we're in a higher risk time of year to be sure.
Dr. Weston says, in general, reducing your cardiac risk for disease can be best followed by practicing those healthy guidelines.
A message from the Green Bay Packers. The magic number is 1. They just posted that 1 hour ago. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:34.
So, Alex, why don't you tell us about Lion's Tail?
We've been brewing for 10 years, and now we're busy expanding into Milwaukee, trying to get on every shelf of every store and on tap at every restaurant.
How has Horicon Bank been a part of your story?
Horicon Bank understands the needs of small businesses versus working with a big bank. Horicon, they're much like a small business, just like we are. I know most of the people on that team. It's nice working with someone that understands your business.
Hey, John Mercure here for Mend Studios. You deserve to feel better. You deserve to feel healthy. You deserve to feel great about yourself. Mend Studios has a long-term wellness as the goal. That's how they're going to do it. That's how they're going to take care of you. I know and trust the therapists at Mend Studio. They customize every single treatment, and they've got multiple locations. They're in Mequon and Brookfield, both convenient, both easy to get to. Start at the website, mendstudio.com. I never feel better than I do after a session at Mend. Mendstudio.com.
Ho, ho, my back.
Santa?
Ho, ho, Gina Dello from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Wisconsin State Fair tickets are on sale for just $13. Plus, get ready to deliver holiday bundles packed with State Fair favorites at the lowest price of the season. Get yours today at wistatefair.com before they're gone. Wisconsin State Fair, presented by U.S. Cellular, August 6th through 16th.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Packers hard at work getting ready for Baltimore this Saturday night at Lambeau Field. And Coach Matt LaFleur, though, with a chuckler at the press conference today.
I don't think my wife thought I was a good boy this year, so I don't think she got me anything.
All right, Coach. By the way, for those who are interested in the Packers' playoff chances this season, the 7 seeds looking likeliest for Green Bay, and they can clinch that spot as soon as this weekend. The Packers, with a win over Baltimore, would play themselves into that 7th spot. Also, the Lions and Vikings game has implications on Christmas night. A Vikings win over currently Detroit in that 8th seed spot, or 8th place spot rather, that would do it as well for Green Bay. On the practice field today, quarterback Jordan Love taking reps while he's in the concussion protocol still. Backup Malik Willis not practicing today with an illness. And QB2 today is Clayton Tune, called up from the practice squad, taking reps in that backup QB spot. And the Bucs will continue on. They play Friday in Memphis after knocking off the Pacers on the road, 111-94 last night. We'll have coverage for you from Memphis, Tennessee, Friday night on WTMJ, your home of the Bucs.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Wow, is it a holiday when I look at the roads? We are looking really good. In fact, no disabled vehicles out in the system in our area right now. No crashes either. It is very light. The only issue we have is that construction zone on 94 West. It is slow going around the ballpark, but don't worry. Once you hit the Menominee Valley, 35th Street, it's going to get slow. but once you pass the ballpark, it's good to go. Safe travels, everybody.
Your WTMJ forecast for tonight, we're watching for patchy drizzle. Not expected, according to our friends at Storm Team 4, to really freeze much around the area. It's the low of 34, so you should be okay for your Christmas Eve commutes. Christmas Day, Thursday, mostly cloudy, 38. Chance for some morning rain Friday, a high of 42. Saturday, 43, mostly cloudy. There is a slight chance for afternoon showers. Then on Sunday, could be a messy start to the day, a rain-snow mix possible. High of 36, but the temperatures will fall throughout the day. Will be in the 20s by Sunday evening. Right now, cloudy at our high for today, 40 degrees in Milwaukee at 238.
It is time to chat with one of the hardest working correspondents at CBS News. I can't imagine anyone else at the network has the depth of R&B knowledge like he does, right? Nobody.
Not a chance.
No way.
It's not even close, Justin Adams. Not even close.
It is CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarland. Merry Christmas Eve, Scott.
Right back at you, to you and Adam, and of course in Greg's absence, and Gina. And I think you've done justice by the holiday playing Boys to Men.
There you go. Boys to Men, ABC, BBD. I did kind of laugh, though, because we only got one line. I was waiting for another line, but you didn't need it.
No. In due time.
All right, Scott. Well, Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan is not backing down after last week's split jury verdict. Her attorneys just announced that she's going to seek a new trial. They're also expected to ask the judge to set aside the verdict entirely. Dugan was found guilty of obstructing federal agents looking to make an immigration arrest outside of her courtroom. How high is the bar to overturn a jury's guilty verdict?
Exceptionally high, and this is exactly what nearly all federal criminal defendants do. If they're convicted by a jury, they will mechanize and officially notice their appeal is coming, then file that appeal with the circuit court, and then go through the process, a process that can devour many months, and for many criminal defendants can devour many hundreds of thousands of dollars. But for the judge, she's off the bench, and the penalty, I suppose, has already been put into effect for her. This is a federal felony she was convicted of. This is a process that she'll go through that will take time. But I got to tell you, in the meantime, it's a big victory for the Trump administration. They made this a poster child case. I mean, they literally posted that photo, you can all recall it, of Judge Dugan being perp-walked out of the courthouse, handcuffed. And to secure a jury victory is no small thing for them because they've been hitting a rough patch with other prosecutions of other public figures. They couldn't muster the prosecution of James Comey, got dismissed. Couldn't get Tish James, the New York Attorney General, prosecuted. Case dismissed, and then grand juries rejected. This is a win among many losses.
It's interesting, though, as you say that, Scott, because while I would agree with you, it is a victory in the short term for the Trump administration. We'll see where this possibility of overturning the ruling with the judge goes. It's not like I've seen, whether it's Kash Patel or Pam Bondi or Trump himself, trumpeting their victory a lot about this, whether on social media or in any sort of media gaggles at all, apart from the day of the verdict. It's not like they've been making this a daily reminder for people, though. Does that intrigue you at all?
No, they'd gone quiet for a while. You're absolutely right about that, Adam. But there was a social media post from the Department of Justice, saying no one's above the law in the hours after Judge Dugan was convicted. Listen, the problem that I see from my vantage point is that it's unclear to people involved, and it's unclear to those of us who cover the Department of Justice, whether all these cases are expected to actually go to trial, or is the process the reason for some of these investigations? They ran James Comey through a ringer. They made him walk into a courthouse, have his mugshot taken, be processed by U.S. Marshals, pay for a lawyer, have the headlines about him. That case is dismissed, but the pain's already been inflicted. And I haven't talked to any legal analyst who thought that thing was ever going to lead to a conviction. And Scott, I don't think the Trump administration's under a different idea.
Scott, there's no sentencing date yet. Instead, we have a briefing scheduled. What does that tell you about how seriously the court is weighing these challenges?
It's not frequent. It's not common to get past a jury trial, get to verdict, and not have a sentencing date set. So this is not ordinary. And maybe there's a different vantage point from the court, anticipating appeal, preparing for appeal. But usually when we sit there and we watch a defendant get convicted, They announced the sentencing date right then, right there. It gets delayed and it shifts around, but they said it. But they haven't said Judge Dugan's is different. It's a different posture. It doesn't mean anything's going to be more or less likely for her in the appeals process.
Were you surprised by the split verdict?
Yeah, I would say it's always surprising when a jury comes back with a split verdict and they go not guilty on a misdemeanor and guilty on a felony. But let me tell you, I did jury duty. And for anybody else listening who's done jury duty, you understand what I'm about to say. You never can get 12 people to agree on a damn thing. It's just hard. Yeah. It's hard to get 12 people to agree the sky is blue. Everybody brings their own personal vantage points, their own life experience, their own education, their own sense of a case. And when we had a split verdict on my jury, we actually understood at the end of the day that was what we needed to do. The judge was so surprised he came back to talk to us, ask us what we were thinking.
Really?
So I'm never totally surprised by a jury doing anything because it's so difficult to get 12 people to agree on anything. But it's uniquely uncommon for there to be a guilty on the felony and not guilty on the misdemeanor. I'll grant you that.
Well, the defense is pointing to jury instructions as a key issue. Jury instructions matter. What could have gone wrong here?
Well, you had a defense that presented a case but didn't present a witness, a defendant on the stand. That's common. A lot of criminal cases go that way, but sometimes juries are unsatisfied with that. Sometimes juries don't care. This jury may have had a point of view. It's a high-profile case. I mean, they did, one would think, an admirable job in jury selection to ensure there were no biases, but it's hard to imagine nobody'd heard of this case. When they get into the room, that can impact deliberations. I mean, I did the trial a few weeks ago. The man who threw the sandwich at the federal agent, sandwich guy who was put on trial in Washington, D.C. I talked to the jurors. The jurors were like, yeah, we heard of the case. We couldn't believe when we got picked for the jury for the case. So they didn't go in there as a blank slate, even though they went in there with open ears and open minds. They had some backstory on the case. And who knows if that sways a jury one way or the other.
A big story today, 2 police officers who defended the U.S. Capitol during the January 6 attacks in 2021 are hoping for a Christmas gift. The plaque created in their honor hung up at the Capitol. Years later, well past the deadline, it is still not up. And now the officers are making moves in federal court to make it happen. Can you detail the new development here?
Yeah, we're 5 years next month from the January 6th insurrection. Where did those 5 years go? And in 2022, in the aftermath of the violent riot at the Capitol that nearly overturned our democracy, there was a law passed, signed by the president, passed by Congress, requiring a plaque be hung on the west front of the Capitol, site of the most violent rioting, to honor the police heroes who saved democracy and saved the Capitol. The deadline to hang it was 2023. 2023 came and went, no plaque. 2024 has come and gone, no plaque. 2025 is about to enter and exit with no plaque. And after all the political lobbying, the police heroes are now suing, saying that the architect of the Capitol, the congressional leadership, Republicans in this case, are violating the law. See if the judge wants to intervene and make an order. The plaque's been made. It's just sitting on the floor in some storage room at the Capitol. But you can see the subtext here, right? The president claims January 6th is a hoax or was a political weaponization. His surrogates control Congress, and they don't speak of January 6th. They don't commemorate it. They don't talk about it. They don't answer questions about it. They don't acknowledge it. They don't claim it to be a hoax, but they are not about to put up a plaque. And let me tell you, it's a small thing, but it's a big thing. And it's a wedge issue, and it really has led to increased toxicity in an already toxic Washington.
Speaking of deadlines, Scott, the can continues, it seems, to be kicked on getting all of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein out. The Justice Department just today saying it's going to need at least a few more weeks. It has 1 million more documents that they have to sift through. I keep finding myself coming back to, though, like, there was a bill passed by President Trump, agreed to by both bodies of Congress, that it had to be on the day that it was, that deadline of last Friday. Can they just theoretically keep kicking this can as long as they want to?
There'll be a legal challenge. Democrats in Congress will file a legal challenge saying the law is not being followed. I don't see how they execute that legal challenge through the Justice Department against the Justice Department. Let's put that aside. Let's put the legalities aside. There's 2 big issues here, Adam. First of all, the survivors are, in some cases, outraged by this. It's hard. They are waiting for their files, their information to get released. They don't know when it's going to happen. They advocated for a law, got it passed, and it's not being followed. They're angry, frustrated, and to a degree, surprised by how this has gone. Second issue is the political one. I mean, this just draws out the pain for the Trump administration because they keep getting accused of being cover-up artists or people who are dragging their heels deliberately. And whether they are or not, this gives that appearance, and they have now extended this news cycle for weeks to come, and they don't like talking about this. The president gets angry when he's asked about it, and his surrogates, his Republican surrogates in Washington, they aren't out there the last few days defending the administration's performance on these files. This is going to be a chronic problem now for the administration.
I saw one of the survivors, Maria Farmer, issued a statement to you last night. How is this release going over with her?
She feels vindicated because some of the files released show she was telling the truth, and she was prophetic back in 1996 when she warned about Epstein. Yeah. But she's also sick of getting up in the morning not knowing if files have been released when she went to bed. And I think she speaks for a larger group of people, and this is not the way they wanted to see this go.
Do you think that there's going to be another mass release of Epstein files soon? I feel like the holidays are kind of like the Friday news dump. People think maybe we put this out late Friday, maybe we put it out around the holidays, and nobody will end up seeing it.
Even if you don't give a sinister motivation to it of trying to bury it, they're under pressure to do it fast. And I think they'd rather, and people would rather it get done in the next few days versus waiting till the holidays are over. I would be surprised if we get back Monday and more hasn't been released.
Yeah. CBS Justice correspondent Scott McFarland, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you and your family, Scott.
Same to you. And is it Jordan Love Sunday or what? Do we know yet?
Well, he's still in concussion protocol, Scott. We've got Malik also out because apparently he has an illness today, so it could be Clayton Tune season. It may be tuning up the band, although
I feel like it's going to be Love.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's going to be Love, but we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure, Scott.
Merry Christmas to you all. You are great to work with.
Merry Christmas, you too. It is 2:50 on the dot. Coming up next, Year in Review.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus says, "Blessed is the one who takes no offense at me." It's hard for us to imagine who would take offense at a baby born in a manger, a defenseless infant in a humble place. Yet even then, some did. And still today, many turn away from Jesus. This is Archbishop Jeffrey Grob. This Christmas, let's share the joy of Christ's coming and show his love to others. Join us at Mass. Merry Christmas.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
At Wisconsin's own AccuNet Mortgage, our closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 less than the banks or the mortgage guys with the Rocket for exactly the same rate. Find out how much you can save at accunet.com.
She's been putting off knee surgery for years, and she had a trip coming up to Ireland, and she knew she was going to be walking a lot more than she had become accustomed to. So she finally took a chance and called for an appointment. And you know, it ended up helping her. She was able to do the walking and sightseeing pain-free. It led to an enjoyable trip, and I think we're going to be able to help her live a better life going forward. One that won't let pain stand in her way any longer. This is Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and these are the kind of real-life stories I love to hear. Pain can take so much away from us, and when we can alleviate that kind of pain, it makes our purpose here at Rejuvenex that much more fulfilling. Don't let pain stand in your way any longer. Every day is precious. Take that next step. Schedule your appointment at Rejuvenex and start living your life again.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Take a look at our Google reviews to learn more.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of four. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street, and Griffin Ford Waukesha. The $1 deal at Griffin. Make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
I'll be home for Christmas.
All right, this is it. Our last batch of year in review stories today. Throughout the show, we've been picking out of our grab bag here. Categories include weather, sports, politics, entertainment, and health. Now in our third hour, only a few left. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them, though. Adam, let's do it. Make the pick.
Let's
What's
do
up
it.
next?
Get right in here. Get that hand in. All right, we're going White House. The White House.
White House. I thought people are either going to love this one or they're going to hate it. I don't know if there was a day a story wasn't coming out of the White House, but here's a review of the top stories from the White House this year.
On day one, President Trump granted clemency to the January 6 rioters. Hundreds had assaulted police. Later, he deployed National Guard troops, calling it a crackdown on crime. The president's core domestic policy was a tax and spending bill.
One great, big, beautiful bill.
Trump tried to end Russia's war against Ukraine. Frustrated, he threw Ukrainian President Zelensky out of the White House.
You don't have the cards.
The president sought the Nobel Peace Prize.
I solved 8 wars,
including the war in Gaza, but not Ukraine.
This should be easier.
Trump imposed global tariffs.
Tariff is my favorite word.
The Supreme Court is deciding if the tariffs are legal. Dogging the president throughout the year, the case of convicted sex offender and former friend Jeffrey Epstein.
Are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Eventually saying he supported release of the Epstein files. President Trump unveiled a pet project.
Probably the finest ballroom ever built.
Saying it would not affect the White House.
Near it, but not touching it.
Later demolishing the entire East Wing. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
I'm not going to lie. I feel it's kind of ironic that I let you do the picking. And the first one you picked, Adam, deaths.
You keep coming back to that. I told you it wasn't my fault.
In the last one, the White House.
Man, I'm
we
just a terrible picker.
Entertainment, we had economy, talking about money, we had health. What else did we not get around to? Oh, no, we did get most of them. I just think it's funny. I think it's funny. That's the first one you picked, all the people who passed away this year.
Yeah, I mean, it was sad. I will not begrudge you that. By the way, coming up right after the top of the hour news, I'll be sticking around for a little bit. It is the official WTMJ Year in Review, put this together every year. We'll be running that today, so sit tight. We're going to look back at the year that was straight ahead.
Thank you so much for joining us today and all year here on Wisconsin's Midday News. Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year coming up.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.